All right, welcome back here to the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. We're broadcasting live at CBD American Shaman, 11050 Quivira Road here in OP, Kansas. If you are looking to GPS our location, 30% off everything in the store at all participating CBD American Shamans. Here at this one, which is the northwest corner of College and Quivira, at this one, it's buy one, get one free. Come fill up, stuff your stockings, stuff your stockings. Stocking stuffers. Great time to come get that here at CBD American Shaman. Great products for your pets as well if you want to relax, unwind. Maybe you're dealing with pain. How about trouble sleeping, boosting your immune system? Come talk to the experts at CBD American Shaman. You can even sample some of the products here. Always free samples at CBD American Shaman. We're broadcasting today from 11050 Quivira Road in OP. Also giving away a prize pack of a number of different CBD American Shaman products valued at $150 plus 4 tickets to go see your Kansas City Mavericks. Let's talk college basketball. Jared Sutton, you hear him all the time on New Day. We steal him here for a few minutes to talk some college hoops. SEC Network, NBA scout. Jared, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, Soren. How are you? Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you. And let's just start with, I'm curious, we've been talking about Darren Peterson. We've seen him. He's clearly an amazing talent, but he's not playing much. Right, we know what that's doing to Kansas. It's tough to try to find a rotation and a lineup and all that. But what's it doing to his draft stock right now? Is he fine right now? But it could start being a problem. Like what does having, for lack of a better term, soft tissue injuries that keep nagging at him due to a prospect's status when it comes to the league?
Yeah, I think it's frustrating for everybody. I feel for Darren. Just following him over the years in high school, he's never had this before. So just the timing of this, being at Kansas with this freshman class that's been so talented in college basketball and all these guys that he's competed against for so long in high school that have had big moments already in non-conference play. And sure, Darren's had those moments at Louisville and played pretty well against Mizzou, but we haven't seen the Darren Peterson that I know Kansas fans were so excited to see. Hopefully he can get right. I think the injury, it's just something to monitor. I knew he was dealing with cramping back in October. It was something he was dealing with then, and then it became a hamstring. Now it's the quad. It's frustrating because, you just hope he can get back and get right and get healthy and obviously come back when he's ready and not rush that process. We know they won't do that. Obviously, Darren's got such a bright future. I know he wants to compete. That's how this dude's wired. He's not sitting out. I know he's attacking rehab. He's going to try to get back as best he can. It was really unfortunate to see I watched a little bit of that NC State game flying home, and just watching that, he did not look right. It clearly looked like something was wrong, and then he obviously subbed himself out. And even when they showed him on the bench, it looked different too because you could tell he was rubbing those quads, and he just wasn't comfortable. So it's something we're all monitoring. It's definitely something that scouts are talking about. We were all at the Mizzou Kansas game, and he played well, but it still didn't look like the full Darren Peterson experience we're used to seeing.
Yeah. What is his ceiling? What is the peak? I mean, we know he's in the running. He and DeBansa at BYU are the top 2 players in this class. Cameron Boozer, is a name that people are talking about. Although I thought Gary Parrish made an interesting point when he said, he plays so much back to the basket that he thought that might limit what his that's one of the reasons why DiBentanza and Darren Peterson are ranked ahead of him. Like he's kind of dominating off athleticism here, but maybe not quite as dynamic offensively to have the tools to dominate at the next level. Is that accurate on kind of the view of those three?
Yeah, it is. I would just draw the first half in the Louisville game where Darren jumped out to, I think it was 26 on 9 of 15 shooting in one half. Like, that's kind of the Darren I was expecting, where he's flirting with those high-level scoring games. Soren, he can get anywhere on the floor, and he does it really effortlessly. His ball skills are so effective. He can play in pick and roll. He's got quick twitch to him. He's a good athlete. But his just degree of shot making is so high. He's very crafty. He's got great size. In my opinion of Darren, he's gotten better too over the last 2-3 years. I think he's improved his shot, but I also think he's improving his playmaking. He wants to be a complete player. I know he's really wanted to attack, being a better defender. That was a big part of, playing for Bill and trying to, again, become that full player that he wants to be at the next level. I think it's frustrating with this current Kansas team because there's great pieces that are role players, that are experienced role players that I think would really benefit playing off of Darren. And, that we haven't been able to see that version of Kansas yet. But in terms of the talent level of Darren, a lot's made of, what does a point guard look like now in today's NBA? You're used to seeing, a point guard that's maybe a pass-first creator, and now you have these ball handlers that are initiators and scorers on top of it, like a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, for example, who's obviously an MVP caliber player, won a championship, guys that can flat-out score it, but then understand how to make others better around them. I think Darren has that type of potential, but it's really the shot making that separates Darren. He's got expanded range. He can shoot it off the bounce, off the catch, off movement. His shot profile is so high. He gets great elevation. His shot IQ is very high. I think the thing that I really want to see from him when he's fully right, he's a great passer to pick and roll to find a big. Like Flory Badunga would just live at the rim in terms of lob threats, but also spraying the ball around the perimeter, finding that extra read to skip, playing off the shake, playing on the second side, little things like that he'll have to do at the next level with more spacing at the NBA level. Obviously, we talk about that a lot of players, not just Darren, but AJ as well, Cameron, Caleb Wilson, those guys that make that transition from college to the NBA. It's just a different spacing at the NBA level that I think Darren will flourish in.
Yeah, and as long as he finishes strong, like a good NCAA tournament, then any ills or any questions will be answered. Is that fair to say, or does he need to be effective for 2 months, or what does that how long does he need to prove? Okay, this is me, I'm fine. This injury's behind. All these injuries are behind me.
I think as much as we can get a sample size, great. The nice thing about just where basketball sits today, there's just now so many events that are open to us. A couple years ago, with the Players Association in the league, there were certain events that we weren't able to go to. Now it feels like we're going to so many more high school events, whether it be Peach Jam, whether it be the McDonald's All-American practices now, all these different events, CP3 Tatum camps, Dame Lillard's camps. There's just so many events now that a lot of these guys are exposed to. So the good thing is we've seen Darren so much. We know the player, we know the person. Obviously, you want to see it at this level. It's a different competition level. The atmospheres that Darren's in, those type of in-game situations you want to see. Sure, you'd love to get as much of a sample size as you can. I think the biggest thing, Soren, going through like back in the day with the Michael Porter experience when he got back, and it's a totally different injury, obviously, but he willed himself to try to play, and then he wasn't anywhere close to what he was at full strength. He just wasn't healthy, and he ended up looking pretty bad, and I appreciated him playing, but there was really no reason for him to play. I think with Darren, he needs to come back when he's fully healthy and ready. I don't think there's any pressure. Obviously, it's frustrating for Kansas and this current team in this version because with the Big 12 being what it is this year, and obviously the Big 12 a couple weeks away, you would hope that he can get back sooner than later. I don't know what that'll look like, but if he is at full strength and can get into more of a flow and a rhythm and get back to playing at full strength of what we're used to seeing Darren, it's going to be fun, not just for Kansas fans. It's going to be fun for college basketball, and it's going to be fun to watch this team that Bill's put together to kind of surround Darren and what that will look like for Kansas moving forward, not just through Big 12 play, but hopefully into the NCAA tournament as well.
When he comes back, and I hopefully I'm accurate in saying when he comes back 100% healthy and there's no fear of the injury, no minute restrictions, and they can get their chemistry together, what is the upside of this Kansas team, do you think? How high can they rise as far as, like, not necessarily seed, because if this injury lingers on and they drop some games early, but can they be a team that's a top 5 team, a legitimate national championship contender once they get him back healthy and can establish their chemistry?
Yeah, I think it's a great question because, like, I look at this Duke team, with Cameron Boozer. I just saw them play Michigan State a couple weeks ago. And obviously, like, Cam Boozer hit the gas in the second half and was a big reason why they win that game. Michigan State's got a great defense, and Game Sarr, Isaiah Evans, Patrick Namanga, there are other guys. They didn't play great, but Cam just took over, and it was just the talent that he brought to really kind of will Duke to that win. And it's a hostile environment. It's a tough win. I use that as an example of just what Darren would bring this current version. And already what I love about this Kansas team is there's a grittiness to them. Melvin Council, Trey White, those guys kind of live by that. Flory as well with his energy and his athleticism. Those guys are really good players. Bryson Tiller, I still think, can help this team. It was good to see him make some shots the other night, especially with his size and versatility and his athleticism. I think when I look at the Big 12, Iowa State, Arizona, Houston, obviously AJ at BYU and the talent level there. Arizona's got some NBA guys. All these teams, Joshua Jefferson's taken such a step forward at Iowa State. He looks like a completely different player as well. And then you got Texas Tech with JT Toppin, who probably would have been a late first, early second last year, and Christian Anderson, who's playing at such a high level as a lead guard. There's so much talent in the league. But I think when you look at Kansas and just the pieces that are around and already what we've seen from them, that win at NC State, that's a gritty win. And yeah, Melvin Council shot better than I've ever seen him shoot the ball. But the wins in Vegas, their ability to compete and execute and defend, those are good signs. That's what you want to see from a Bill Self team. They're just missing that premier talent. And we saw that in the UConn loss in the second half. They just didn't have enough of that guy that can go take over and win you a game. And that's what I saw from Duke at Michigan State. That's what I think of Kansas with Darren healthy, is a guy that can just go close. That you give him the ball, he can go make a play, he can get to any sort of shot he wants, get to the free throw line, make others around him better, and just score the ball at a really high level where it's really tough to take Darren out of a game and get him off his spot. So I do think Kansas can be a team like that right now. I think they're right around a 4 seed. Obviously, without Darren going through Big 12 play, it's going to be very challenging just because the league is pretty good at the top, and they really need him to get over the hump.
All right, let's talk about your Missouri Tigers. We'll take the locals in order of their KenPom rank. Mizzou at 52. 52 is usually on the outside looking in. We know that, I'm sure part of that is that their schedule hasn't really been much. First of all, what do you make of the schedule that was put together by Dennis Gates? Is it the right schedule? There are years, like back in the old days where, most of your team came back. You'd look at a year and be like, oh, man, young team, couple of transfers, you got to really build a team. I understand. I think even Dennis Gates, first year, I think he had a really soft schedule. This was the right schedule for this team to build some confidence. Sam McDowell and I argue about this. Sam's not a believer in that. He thinks you go challenge yourself, and I think normally you do, but I think when you're kind of building a new team and putting it together, there's a reason to try to build some confidence and gain some chemistry by beating inferior opponents. Now, the reality is that almost every year is a brand new team. So that may be out the window right now. But what do you think of the schedule for this era of college basketball and what Mizzou is that Dennis Gates put together?
Yeah, I think what you said about Dennis Gates' first year is what I would start with, is when he scheduled that first year, there were so many new guys coming in, the DeMoy Hodge, Trey Gomillion from the Cleveland State guys, and then packaging that with Kobe Brown, and that was Kobe coming back from – Kobe kind of evolved that first year with Dennis into being the player he was to ultimately get drafted. So I could understand then the schedule and, wanting to be focused in at home. Last year, the schedule was very similar to this with Tamar Bates and Caleb Grill, who they were dealing with injuries. They didn't have Caleb for much of the season prior. Obviously, they had so many struggles in SEC play, didn't win a league game. But I think this year, I think the frustration with many fans is you had a lot of guys back from the NCAA tournament team a year ago, and you had one of the better players in the SEC and Mark Mitchell back with Anthony Robinson looking to take a step forward, and some of these returners that have experience. Yes, there are some transfers that are on this roster, like a Jaden Stone and Sebastian Mack and Sean Phillips, and I get that. That's more of today's college basketball. That's just what you're going to have to do probably every year. But I just look around the landscape of college basketball. I think this is a positive trend that's only going to get better, of having better non-conference games. And I think strength of schedule matters. I think committees will look at that down the road. Mizzou was in the toughest league in the country last year in the SEC. They won some big games. They ran out of steam and ran out of gas at the end of the year. I think you learn a lot about yourself in non-conference play when you schedule, some teams and you have that level of competition early on. You find out a lot about yourself. You can figure out things in non-conference games when you're playing the VMIs, the CMOs. Sure, you get guys experience, you get young players experience, you tinker with different lineups. There is value in that, but there is so much more value too when you can lace them up, go up against a good team that has good talent around you. And then I would just look at next year, that recruiting class coming in next year. You got to schedule better next year. I know Mizzou was in the players' era. They committed to it for next year, and then they got out of it, I think, the same day. It might have been a couple hours later. I still think that should be the goal for Mizzou, especially with the recruiting class coming in. When you can play against top schools, there's so many positives to go to Vegas and play in the players' era. And ultimately, it's great exposure. Every NBA team has either their number one or their number two decision maker out there all week, and you get that exposure. And it's just a great event. I still think it will keep evolving, and especially during Feast Week and these tournaments that might be going away, and we're just kind of building behind players' era. You need to kind of follow suit with that. I think there's just too many positives in terms of scheduling for down the road. So, I'm disappointed with the schedule. Obviously, it showed in the Kansas game, the Notre Dame game. It showed a little bit as well. But we'll see how they fare against Illinois because it's their last real chance to do something in the non-conference to help them in terms of their resume.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that Illinois game is like if they lose to Illinois, we're talking about what, minimum 10-8 in the SEC to be on the bubble, or am I not giving the SEC enough credit? Do you think 9-9 with a loss gets what's the combination of SEC record and with an Illinois win or loss that you think puts them in the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I look at, like, last year, teams that were getting in from the SEC with their conference record, the league was so strong. Like, I do think the SEC is still solid. I don't think it's what it was a year ago. So it's going to look different. Are they a top 8 team? Are they a top 9 team? What gets them onto the bubble? They're going to have to find some quality wins in the SEC schedule. It's tough. They play Florida and Kentucky right out of the gate in SEC play. So they're going to find out a lot more about themselves. They do need to get healthy, yes. They need to get Jaden Stone back. They need to get Trent Pierce back. Trent Burns, I don't know. They were high on him. He's not playing a lot. There's a lot of question marks still, I think, with the roster. But look, ultimately, too, Soren, they got to play better in terms of what I called a few of their non-conference games. There was holes in this team offensively and defensively in those games, and I was curious how it would look against Notre Dame. They struggled in the second half. They couldn't maintain a lead. They didn't execute down the stretch. You look at the Kansas game. They kept it ugly for a half. They stopped executing. They became one-dimensional. They were low efficiency. Shot selection was a question mark. They only had one option, and that was go Mark Mitchell straight downhill to the rim or get to the free throw line, and they really struggled defensively. So it's not just the roster getting healthy. They also got to tighten up things on both ends of the floor. And when they play Illinois, when they play Florida, when they play Kentucky, these teams are really good, and they're athletic, and they have depth, and they have skill, and they're talented. Those are tough games. And when you're 10-2, that's great, but these wins, and at one point they were second in the country in field goal percentage, the numbers are really skewed because of that strength of schedule. And that, to me, it's what's really this team is going to have to prove over the next coming weeks.
Yeah, it's going to make for a really fun SEC league, I think, if you're a Missouri fan, because those games are really important, right? I think that's one of the things. Like your push for the tournament begins immediately, right? It really begins with this Illinois game, and then all the SEC games are going to be important. I think that's at least entertaining if you're a fan of the Missouri Tigers. And by the way, I mean the obsession with length and size. I mean that's a Leonard Hamilton. I mean Florida State. I remember because Syracuse would always be the one of, if not the. A lot of times we were the longest team, the tallest team in college basketball because they wanted that zone. They wanted length, get those arms up, get them out, cover the whole court. But all the years that we weren't, I think Florida State was, right? And that clearly is a principle that Gates has brought to Mizzou.
No question. And, I look at last year, Josh Gray, right? They were so desperate after not winning a league game to find a big that could rebound the ball and play with some size and give them something in SEC play, to your point, when they go up against the size and the length of the league. I really think a lot of Sean Phillips. He's a way better athlete than Josh Gray. Seeing him do some things at Pro Day this year, he's a great athlete. But again, they're just not getting any sort of consistency out of him in these bigger games too. Like there's been some no-shows. Anthony Robinson, he's got to step up. They knew they were going to take a step back in terms of losing Caleb Grill and Tamar Bates. Those are two. Those guys are playing in the G League now. Might have a chance to get call-ups here and there. Who knows? But these are guys that were really good players and were a huge part of last year's team. And they were expecting fully Anthony Robinson to take a step forward and Sean Phillips to be a big piece of this team. Those two guys have got to be more consistent. That's the biggest thing. Yes, Jaden Stone can provide scoring and shooting, and Jacob Cruz has been really good shooting the ball, and that's great. But to sustain against some of these teams we're talking about, like size is great and athleticism is great, but you're going to have guys bring it night in, night out and play at a consistent level. And that's something they got from Caleb Grill and Tamar Bates. And they developed that, too, over the years of having those guys. They just need, especially Anthony Robinson, they need him to take the step forward.
K-State got an important win over Creighton. I know you're going to look and see Creighton's only 6-5, but they did just win at 8-3 Xavier last night by 41. And K-State, handled Creighton. Again, this isn't vintage Creighton. This isn't the Creighton that was like, I think, a 3 seed maybe. Did they get as high as 2? Maybe a 3 seed. This isn't their best edition, but they're a legit team. K-State getting that win to go along with top 100 Ken Pom wins against California, Tulsa, Mississippi State. What do you make of the Cats? How much their Ken Pom is at 68, which puts them on the outside looking in. They need a really big run through the Big 12 to get into this field. How likely is it that you think that the shoot first and maybe we'll guard someone approach of K-State is going to get them to the tournament?
Yeah, I mean that's the name of it. I saw them in Kansas City at the Hall of Fame Classic games, and look, they battled Nebraska. That was a great game in Nebraska. Coach Hoiberg's done a great job with that group. They're really good. K-State stayed with them neck and neck. I thought K-State showed well from most of the Indiana game when they went on the road. That's a good non-conference true road game. Just lost that game down the stretch. Obviously, P.J. Haggerty is a big-time scorer, leads the conference in scoring, one of the best scorers in the country, was their big portal get and acquisition in the offseason. Nate Johnson's been solid for them. I think David Castillo, a kid out of St. Louis, has taken a step forward. He's played really well. I've kind of been wanting him to take off. He's really, I think, just showing more production offensively. Bashir is a really good shooter, so they have plenty of firepower offensively. But to your point, it comes back to the defensive side of the ball. And it's really any side of the defensive side of the ball. They don't do a good job stopping the ball all the time. Defensive transition can be a problem. It's kind of similar to Mizzou. They just don't have necessarily the size necessarily that Mizzou has. And, that's a different conversation for Mizzou defensive at K-State, just guarding the ball, keeping the ball out of the paint. When the ball swings to the other side of the floor, their rotations, communication, there's a lot of breakdowns there, and it shows against teams that execute at a high level. And then rebounding the ball, closing possessions out defensively, extra effort plays, 50-50 balls, like all those things are going to matter in Big 12 play. And so, again, they're a team, though, that they can lace them up against anybody and outscore a team. They have fully firepower to make shots and shoot the ball, and PJ's really good off the bounce. I still think PJ sometimes can get tunnel vision into shooting some bad shots when he does have a better roster around him of guys that can make shots and trusting that more. He did that in Kansas City a little bit more, but he's so wired to score, and if he's going to be the primary ball handler, for them to outscore guys, he's got to know when to find the balance of score it and facilitate and find the open man and make the right play. But their seasons and life in the Big 12 will come down to what they do defensively and if they can improve on the defensive side of the ball.
Jared Sutton's with us, outstanding analyst for the SEC Network, NBA scout, does a great job breaking down the hoops for us here at 810. Let's get to our Final Four. We'll move very quickly. We're short on time here. I'm being yelled at by Kyle right now. Is this LeBron's final season, yes or no?
I think so. Yeah, I think it'll be it.
All right. Tell me, the national champion in college basketball, best guess. I'm not going to hold you anything, but right now, what are you feeling for the national champion right now?
So right now, I love Michigan.
Dusty's doing a great job. They got all sorts of size. They got a rim protector. Yaxel Lindbergh could be player of the year in the country, possibly. He's the transfer from UAB. They got guard play. They got IQ. They got multiple ball handlers. They got shooting. They got depth. They got all the things you want in a champion, so I'll go Michigan right now.
Okay, number one pick will be who?
I'm still going Darren Peterson.
Okay, and finally and most importantly, real or fake, what's your Christmas tree?
It is fake.
It is definitely fake. Me and my wife have the conversation every year, but we are keeping the fake Christmas tree going. We'll change at some point. I don't know when, but at some point.
Really? Well, you can have it. Trust me, fake till I die. That's my motto when it comes to the trees.
I'm with you. This is my wife's doing. She wants the real one. So.
She's the boss. So you'll do what you're told. We know that.
That's right.
Jared, you're the man. Great stuff as always, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you on down the road.
All right, friend. Thanks for having me.
The program with Soren Petro.
What do you think is coursing through my veins right now?
Cheese whiz.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Kansas City Mavericks are back on home ice this Friday and Saturday against the Utah Grizzlies and Sunday against the Allen Americans. It's at Cable Dahmer Arena. Don't miss all the action. This Saturday, it's teddy bear toss. Bring a teddy bear, throw it on the ice after the first goal. All teddy bears collected will be donated to Children's Mercy. That's right. One of the kids at Children's Mercy is going to get your teddy bear. So, when there's a goal scored, get that teddy bear going on the ice. Expect big hits, big goals, and big energy. And if you're looking for a fun night out with friends or family, nothing beats live hockey in Kansas City. There's not a bad seat anywhere in the house. Get one of those suites. Those things are awesome. Bang on the glass. Get fired up. There's affordable tickets, free parking, and the best atmosphere in town. All in one place. Great seats are still available, but they're going fast. So, grab your tickets right now while they're still available at kcmavericks.com. That's kcmavericks.com/tickets, I should say. kcmavericks.com/tickets. Or call 816-252-7825. You can also email tickets@kcmavericks.com. This weekend is one you don't want to miss. So wear your orange, bring your crew, and get loud for the Mavericks. Don't just hear about it. Be there. Come on, they've got a full weekend of action going on. They're on home ice this Friday and Saturday against the Grizzlies. Sunday, it's the Allen Americans right there at Cable Dahmer Arena. Best tickets are going fast, so get them right now. Go to kcmavericks.com/tickets.
Hi, we're the people who have everything.
There's nothing you can get us we don't have.
We have 7 mini vacuums.
And Pearl handled pickleball rackets.
See?
Need a gift for someone who has everything? The Kansas Lottery has you covered with holiday scratch tickets in $1, $2, $5, $10, and $20 options with instant wins up to $100,000. You could win even more in second chance drawings.
Did he say thousands?
We could always use that.
See kslottery.com for details.
Hi, I'm country singer.
I went a little long with Jared Sutton, but well worth it. Always a great conversation about the college hoops with Jared Sutton. We are live at CBD American Shaman. Come on down. Get in. Stuff your stocking. Boy, I didn't realize this was going to be as difficult to say as I'm making it out to be. All kinds of great stocking stuffers, great products for your pets. How about you? Take care of yourself. Forget about getting somebody else. If you want more energy, better sleep, boost your immune system, maybe you just want to kick back and relax. They can help you with pain as well. High-quality CBD products designed to support your wellness. You can get free samples here at CBD American Shaman. All CBD American Shamans participating here today. If you mention 810, you can get 30% off at any one of the CBD American Shamans here on the northwest corner of College and Quivira. It's buy one, get one. So what are you waiting for? Get over here. We're on the northwest corner. It is 11050 Quivira Road, NOP. CBD American Shaman. Buy one, get one free.
All right, over the weekend, which NFL quarterback made history by throwing for the fewest passing yards in a game for anyone who completed at least 15 passes?
Yes, indeed. Hour number 2 of the program begins right now as we broadcast live from here at CBD American Shaman. Holiday shopping. You got to get it done. You got somebody who is, experiencing some pain. Maybe they could use one of their great topicals. You got a pet that is anxious. They got great pet products. Maybe you want to sleep better. Come see the experts at CBD American Shaman. You've got questions. They've got answers. And today only. If you mention 810 at any of the participating CBD American Shaman stores, you can save 30% on your entire order. Here at the CBD American Shaman at 11050 Quivira Road, here in Overland Park. That's the northwest corner of College and Quivira. Here, it's buy one, get one free. So whether it's the topical oils, the water-based CBD, their products are crafted to help with everyday stresses and physical tension. Come on out. See them at CBD American Shaman. Great stocking stuffers, great gifts are available right now here at CBD American Shaman. You know it's better with the feather. Life, that is better with the feather. Let's welcome our man Peter Yates-Enoch. He joins us here in the program. Pete, how are you, buddy?
Soren, I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
Good deal. I better get over there, I think. This knee needs some of that CBD.
One of their topicals would be a great idea.
I've used it before from there, and it's excellent. Excellent stuff. So, yeah.
We are not that far out of your way either, so swing on by on your way home.
I will. Absolutely, buddy.
Pete, did you take a look at the standings?
Yeah,
on the
I did,
sheet?
as a matter of fact. We do have a log jam, don't we?
We do.
Yeah,
we've
you
got
and I
Pete.
had 4 in 1 weeks. Pretty nice.
Yeah, Pete and I have pulled up even with Curtis. We are 8 over, 44 and 36. Kyle, where are you? I'm sort of struggling. There's kind of an obstructed view. Where are you in the standings?
You got to keep looking down further, Soren.
Oh yeah, there he is. 10 under at 35 and 45. We tell you this just to make sure you know we're 44 and 36, which I think is a pretty good record. Betting $100 a game. The three of us are plus 440. 35 and 45. 10 under. Kyle is minus 1450. On the year. So ain't no Christmas at the Collier house unless he gets hot here in a hurry. That's for sure.
He could afford to come to CBD though.
Yeah,
he could afford
of course.
that.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
he can. He's going to need it. He's going to need it for the stress relief. That's what he's going to need it for. There is one expert that we know can handle it. That is our man Fat Jack from FatJackSports.com. He joins us here in the program. Fat Jack, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. Yeah, if you're making any money, that's a good thing, right? If you're signed up at FatJackSports.com, you're 9-0 this week. We're 2-0 in back. I know, just absolutely on fire. We had a great December overall. You look back, we had a 9-2, we had a 10-4. That's in football alone. This week, though, we were 2-0 on basketball on Monday, 2-0 on Tuesday, 2-0 on Wednesday. That's 6-0. In football, we had over on Monday was a winner. We had Jacksonville State on Tuesday was a winner, and Old Dominion last night was a winner. That's 3-0. So that's 9-0 to start the week. Players props won last week. Soccer won last week. The football is having a great year, an incredible December. As I said, during championship week, we were 4-0 on Saturday, 3-1 on Sunday. We'd won Friday night. So great time to get signed up at FatJackSports.com. A ton of games. We're playing tonight's game, obviously, and then games all weekend long. People think there's fewer games. There's really not. Fewer selections. Go to the results tab. You'll see there's lots of plays going. Lots of plays have gone out over the last week or so, and we are hitting our stride right now, just in time for about undefeated in bowls so far. We had Washington in the first bowl game, and then hit the bowl games we played so far. We're undefeated. So great time to go to FatJackSports.com, get signed up, and make some money betting these games. And yeah, if you're Kyle or anybody losing, it's definitely time to either stop or get signed up, because this is a dicey time of year with the holidays coming.
Yeah, and you start trying to double up, catch up, and all the things that can really get you in trouble. So be careful. Be careful, or let the expert Fat Jack help you out here with your picks. We've got 5 games. Chiefs -3 at the Titans. That's right, you heard me right. Just 3 at the lowly Tennessee Titans. Bama and Alabama. It is Oklahoma. That game's at Oklahoma, by the way. Oklahoma 1.5-point favorites. Miami is at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a 3.5-point favorite in that one. Tulane is at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is laying 17 and the hook. James Madison is at Oregon. Oregon is a 21.5-point favorite. We get the 4 playoff games in the Chiefs and Titans. Due up to begin this week is one Peter Yates Enoch. Pete, Chiefs and Titans. Chiefs laying 3. Who you got?
Boy, I tell you, this game stinks, and if you bet it, you're a moron. But anyway, you got it. Somebody's got to bet it. So I'm going to take the Chiefs in this game, believe it or not, because I think they got better. I think they got better scrubs than Titan does, and Titan's got something to play for, whether it's pride or whatever. But I'm going to take the Chiefs in this game. I'm all chiefed out this year, but I mean the Titans really stink out loud.
I wonder what the spread would be if the Chiefs were still alive for the playoffs and had Patrick Mahomes. I wonder what it'd be even if they weren't, alive, but had Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, he's got to be worth the touchdown here.
Mahomes is worth 7. Yeah, he's worth 7 points to the line setters.
Okay, he's worth 7 points. But you know what? The two rosters, the Chiefs roster is better. I really like the Chiefs to bring it against the Broncos. They're going to get a big number. I think they'll hang around in that game. I might be wrong. I just don't think the Tennessee Titans can make Gardner Minshew pay. Don't love it. Don't think I'd play it. But I got to pick it here. So I'm going to hold my nose and I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs, or maybe I'm just a homer and found a way to pick the Chiefs. I'm on the Chiefs. Curtis Siebold is on the Tennessee Titans. He'll take those 3 points. Thank you very much. Kyle, will you?
I am a believer in Cam Ward, but if you ever heard the saying, you never bet against Gardner Minshew when the quarterback he's replacing is fallen with an injury, you don't bet against Gardner. Give me the Chiefs.
Never bet against Gardner, no.
That is the best breakdown of Kyle this year, Fat Jack. What do you think? Curtis stands alone on Tennessee.
I was going to say, what a bunch of homers. Curtis isn't there to even stand behind Tennessee, and everybody's taking Gardner Minshew. Here's the thing, though. This is a tough game, but the Kansas City Chiefs have been a cash cow to the under. And their defense is still playing. I don't think that goes anywhere. Be careful if you're betting games going forward on betting on teams that have nothing to play for against teams that have something to play for. That's not what we have here. We had like Carolina and New Orleans last week. Carolina's playing for playoff spots. New Orleans is playing for nothing. New Orleans wins. A lot of times these teams with nothing to play for will show up and win. The under is the best play in this game, but I may release the under. I don't know that either of these teams are going to have a lot of points. It seems almost too easy, honestly. But if you make me play a side, I'll lean toward Tennessee plus the points. I think Kansas City wins, but I think it's close. I don't know what we're going to get out of Minshew other than a conservative game plan. Andy Reid's not going to step back. And by the way, we had names on the back of the jerseys that weren't reflective of what we're used to with the Chiefs offense anyway. Kelsey does look a little older. Mahomes has not had a great year. The receivers have not, this has not been an offensive juggernaut team anyway, so I'm not sure there's a whole lot of points here. That's going to lead me toward the underdog. So just a lean toward Tennessee plus the points. Better play on the under.
All right, he is on the Tennessee Titans. Nobody loving the game really very much at all. Let's go to our next one. Alabama at Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a 1.5-point favorite. I said this the other day. Did I get this right? Well, I mentioned who do we have that was a rematch last week, Kyle? Didn't we have a rematch game? It was a conference championship game. It was didn't we have one of them that was a rematch?
Yeah, we did have one.
Oh, God, love it. I can't remember the sheet.
I can't either.
Oh, it was Texas Tech and BYU, I think.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
And I
they
think
definitely were a rematch. Have Duke not played Virginia? I think they might have played too.
Yeah, that might have been it. Hang on, I've got the sheet right here. Who did I go with? I want to see if I got it right. No charges. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. It must have been. I don't know what the hell it was. Anyway, I did not get it right. Whatever it was. I am. I don't know. They got to play twice. Oklahoma's offense is a question mark. Alabama. I'm on Bama. I'm not going to screw around. I'm going to take Bama and the points. I'm not sure why OU's favored because they're at home, but I think Bama might be the slightly better team. OU's won some dicey games here and there. Curtis is on the Sooners. Kyle, where are you?
I'm going to take Bama in this one. I know the Sooners beat Bama earlier in the season, but that required 3 turnovers, including a pick 6. So give me the Crimson Tide.
I do not like that. I don't mind being opposite Curtis on 2, but I do not like being on the same side of Kyle in both these games. That is not good news to begin with. Pete, where are you?
You're going to hate this, but encores never, ever work. 92% of the time, encores do not work. I will take Bama in this game.
All right, 3 of us on Bama. Curtis on Oklahoma. Fat Jack, where do you sit?
Yeah, Pete does not let facts get in the way of a good percentage. I love that. 92% of the time, they don't work all the time. Encores do work some. This is not an encore. They're going to Norman. That's a totally different game. And you have teams with different struggles for different reasons, but they're very evenly matched teams. This will be a game of turnovers. You guys mentioned the 3 turnovers last time. Another one of those teams like the Chiefs has been an auto bet to the under. My clients have made, and I have made a ton of money playing under at OU games. They've gone under 11 of 13 games this year. Alabama, not good offensive line. That is not good if you're going into Norman, Oklahoma. They've only averaged 3.6 yards per rush this year. They only had 80 yards rushing against OU last time out, and that's why they had pick sixes and turnover problems, because they had to throw it way more than they needed to in very predictable downs. Venables will confuse your quarterback if he gets you in 3rd and 10. They only had 200. Georgia absolutely put the whipping on Alabama last time out. They had 209 yards total against Georgia. Oklahoma also 4-1 straight up against top 10 teams. This OU team not getting any credit offensively, and they shouldn't be, but their defense is next level good. Give me the Sooners. The reason why this number's jumped the fence, OU's now favored. They weren't opened as an underdog. Give me the Sooners at home.
I am terrified that we are going to pay the taxes on a couple of good weeks, Pete, because Fat Jack is not siding with us. That's scaring me a lot. All right, Cletus says the first call on Miami and Texas A&M. He's on the Canes plus the 3.5. Kyle, what say you?
For here, I simply just went with the more battle-tested team, and I believe that's Texas A&M and the SEC. Give me the Aggies.
Okay, he's on the Aggies. Pete?
Great handicapper Lori Nolan told me take Texas A&M all the way. Okay.
All right. I'm on the U as well. I'm on the U because I think everybody looks at it and goes, I'm not even sure these guys deserve to be in there, so I think they definitely have something to prove. I mean, you're playing for a national championship. I know A&M's got plenty of motivation as well, but I said this going into that game against Missouri. I still think there are not that many points where A&M has beaten high-quality opponents. I think the U hangs in the fight. I think this one comes down to the wire, so I like getting the hook. I'm on Miami plus the points. We're split on this one, Fat Jack. Where are you?
I think Curtis is going to have a good week this week, honestly. He left you with some pretty good plays, I think. Miami's the right side here, guys. A&M 5-12 against the spread their last 17. They're on an 0-3 run versus the number. They lost to Texas. This team has not been tested. They are in the SEC, but look at their schedule. They didn't play Georgia. They didn't play Alabama. They didn't play Oklahoma. Who are they playing? Who are they beating? Miami at their worst is horrible, but at their best, they're better than a ton of teams in college football. They would beat Pitt 38-7 last time out. They won by an average of 13.5 points per game this year. They're super athletic at receiver. Their quarterback is battle-tested. Their defense flies to the ball. A&M, by the way, 1-10 against the spread their last 11 non-conference games. Give me Miami to go in and send Texas A&M home early this year.
He's on the U. Now we get to the tough ones, the lesser teams in the playoffs. Tulane, number 20 in the country, at number 6 Ole Miss. Ole Miss lays 17.5. It is Kyle's turn to lead us off.
Now, I believe Tulane and Ole Miss have already faced, and that was a shellacking by Ole Miss, 45-10. I know Lane Kiffin's not there. John Summerall still with the Green Wave, but give me Ole Miss. I think it's too much.
He's on Ole Miss. Pete?
On my wife's deathbed, she told me, under no circumstances should any team that's a 17.5 point underdog be in the playoffs. Ole Miss all the way.
This seems too easy. The bottom feeders last year all got roasted, and it seems like everybody's hanging their hat on that. So I kind of feel like if I will take Tulane and James Madison, at the very worst, I get a split. I don't think there's any way I go 2-0. Same game. Ole Miss trying to prove something to their old coach. I guess I'm going to go down that road. I don't love it, but Tulane is just outclassed. They've lost their coach. I know they'll be fired up for it, but I got to go with Ole Miss. I just think there's too many opportunities late in this game for Ole Miss to pull away, even if Tulane's showing some fight in the first half. I think it's Ole Miss or don't play. I'm on the Rebels. Fat Jack, we're all on the Rebels. Where are you?
Yeah, and Ole Miss is battle-tested with controversy and with distractions and all the things we're kind of going through with Lane Kiffin. It does worry me a little that him not calling the plays might have some worth. but he's not going to play it down. And they were dealing with the LSU stuff before the Mississippi State game, and then didn't bother him there at all. Kyle mentioned they won 45-10 last time they played, and to drill a little deeper in that matchup, outgained Tulane 548 to 282 in yards. So they doubled them up offensively. It was really just an absolute class mismatch the last time they played. I don't like being on the side of the general public either, but I think if you're going to play the game, and by the way, I believe 100% Tulane and James Madison, at least one of them should be in the playoffs. I want schools that are not in the Power Full to have an opportunity to recruit better athletes, and if they don't play in these games ever, they need to go open their own league because they are never going to have a chance to compete. They should be a 17-point underdog. They should get blown out, but in my opinion, at 16 teams, they should be in the tournament and in the conversation. Give me Ole Miss minus the points.
Okay, Ole Miss, but here's my soapbox. Is what I think I heard right there. James Madison, you're right. James Madison, number 24, exactly. At number 5. Yeah, at number 5, Oregon. The Ducks are 21.5-point favorites. We are back to Peter Yates Enoch. Where do you stand, Pete?
James Madison is without exception, and that's obviously Indiana. James Madison is the talk of the town. I mean, they are the greatest story in this century in football, what they've done. And with that in mind, and that's probably the best name for a president ever for a team. Isn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna take James Madison. I don't know. That's like saying Ben Franklin is the president. No, he isn't. Was James Madison a president?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take James Madison in this because 21's a lot of points, and I think Oregon has a tendency to yo-yo a little bit.
All the James Madison talk had me writing down Oregon. I've now crossed it out and put JMU down, but you can put your hands in the shape of a circle because I'm on the Ducks. I think they're quacking. JMU, new coach. I can't imagine everything's working as succinctly as it was before, and I think the Ducks are lethal. They got the quarterback. I think they pull away. Same story on the first game. I might split these, but I'm not going 0-2 with Ole Miss and Oregon, so I'm on the Ducks. Curtis is quacking as well with the Ducks. Kyle, that leaves you here on our final game.
I believe I've taken Oregon twice so far with during this segment with Fat Jack, and Oregon's wagon. Give me the Ducks.
They're a wagon. And the wagon, he has proclaimed the wagon. That puts Pete in the enviable position of being all by himself on this one. Does he have it right with James Madison, Fat Jack?
I believe that fossil fuels are killing our planet and killing the ozone, and we get back on the soapbox for a minute, right? The game itself, here's a problem. James Madison is 10-0 straight up, but 1-4 against the spread their last 5 in December. Oregon averaged 37 points per game. The last 3 games, they've scored a ton of points, and they're 8th in total defense this year. It's a mismatch. The line is the great equalizer in both of these. That's why they're both very difficult to pick, because you could see Ole Miss winning 34-17. You could see, Oregon winning 42-21, and you getting there with both the underdogs, but you're definitely going to have to earn it. There's better spots all weekend long. Go to Fat Jack. By the way, Oregon minus the points. Go to FatJackSports.com. Get signed up today for the best plays, not just plays that are on everybody's mind right now, and start building profit. Of the 6 basketball games that have got a 6-0 in the hoops this week, I don't think anybody watched that's out there, just a public average fan, watched maybe 5 of those. But the money spends exactly the same. Get the best plays this weekend. We have plays going tonight all weekend long. Soccer won again last week. Players props won again last week. Those plays are coming up and ready for the weekend as well. Get everything through the Super Bowl. Football, it's only about $70 a week on average. Very inexpensive. You go to a private portal to get the plays. You get them emailed to you. You don't have to talk to anybody. FatJackSports.com. Check the results tab. Get signed up and start making money betting the games against the spread.
Fat Jack, you're the man. Stay red hot this week, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, guys. Have a great week. See you soon.
All right, there he goes. Fat Jack from FatJackSports.com. All the plays documented. You can check them out online at FatJackSports.com. Coming up, we'll play Stump the Chumps. You can get a free oil change at Big O Tires if you send a final Chumps question to Kyle at 810WHB.com. That's Kyle at 810WHB.com. It's brought to you by our friends at Big O Tires, the team you trust. Multiple financing options, even a pickup and drop-off shuttle. That's right. And for a limited time, you can save hundreds on your tires. So go right now. Great tires at great prices right now at Big O Tires, the team you trust.
The program with Soren Petro.
You will not like me, but the more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, listen up. I don't know about you, but when I buy something that's really important to me, I want to make sure I'm buying it from someone who knows what they're talking about. I want to make sure that I'm buying the absolute best. That's why when I buy jewelry, for more than 20 years, I've been going to Jocelyn's Jewelry. Jocelyn's been serving Kansas City for more than 40 years, almost 50 years. Located very conveniently right there at the southeast corner of 95th and Antioch. That's just about a mile north of 435. So no matter where you're coming from in town, you can get to Jocelyn's Jewelry very easily. Exquisite jewelry, exceptional service. That's what Jocelyn's Jewelry, well, it's what they were founded on. It's what they've been for, like I said, almost 50 years. Full service jewelry store, happy to do repairs. Maybe you just need a repair. Maybe that's the gift you give, right? Or maybe you need an appraisal. They do everything that a real jeweler should, and unique jewelry styles. Not the same thing. The same old ring that's being advertised on TV in 400 markets and 500 stores. No, unique jewelry, plus the best customer service around, the most knowledgeable staff, and they've got great gifts at every price point. So no matter what your budget is, get to Jocelyn's Jewelry. Whether it's tennis bracelets, pearls, stackable necklaces, diamond stud earrings, maybe it's birthstone pieces. They've got hundreds to choose from in each birthstone. How about engagement rings? Almost 1,000 of those to choose from. They're voted Kansas City's best jewelry store by Ingram's Magazine. So what are you waiting for? Get to Jocelyn's Jewelry today. They're at 95th and Antioch. They're online at joslynsjewelry.com. Jocelyn's Jewelry, the gold standard in fine jewelry.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%. Which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
As organizations look for flexible, cost-effective alternatives to VMware, stay informed with Choice Solutions webinar, January 22nd. Learn from experts about all your options and make smarter IT decisions for your business. Reserve your spot and get details at choicesolutions.com/events. Don't miss this opportunity.
Make sure to check out the Sports Radio 810 WHB app to support our friends at Cars for Heroes. You'll hear inspiring clips of countless veterans' surprise reactions to receiving a vehicle that they desperately need and deserve. Cars for Heroes would also like to thank Shamrock Roofing and Construction for the continued support over the years. None of their
Yes, indeed. We roll on here on a beautiful Thursday. Well, it was beautiful. Now it's getting colder and windy and everything like that. But it's nice and warm inside here at CBD American Shaman. Plus, there's great savings as well. Great gifts to be had. A lot of folks coming in and stocking up. Buy one, get one free here at CBD American Shaman, 11050 Quivira Road in OP. That's the northwest corner of College and Quivira. Stop on in. If you want better energy, more sleep, how about boosting your immune system? Maybe you just want to kick back and relax. Buy one, get one free on anything in this store right here on the northwest corner of College and Quivira. 30% off at all participating CBD American Shamans. You can check that out. Plus, we're registering folks to win a great $150 package from CBD American Shaman, and you get 4 Mavericks tickets on top of that. The CBD Night Gummies, the Nano CB60 Gummies, the 250 milligram topical cream, plus 4 Mavs tickets. I said 60, didn't I? Go. I'm going to make this look like a real G. CB Go, right? I noticed when everybody started laughing at me, that's when I'm like, I think I got it right. Because I was reading and I was like, is that Nano CB? Because it's handwritten. Is that Nano CB 60 or CB Go? Did you get a good grade in handwriting at school, Alex?
I did. You just can't read it. I can read it just fine.
I'm glad it makes sense to you. When I said it and everybody started laughing, I'm like, I think I got that one wrong. That was my first idea that I got that wrong. So, yes, it is a great package. It's worth $150. You can get it, plus we're throwing in 4 Mavs tickets. They're in town all weekend. We're here at CBD American Shaman. Stop on by. Say hello. We would love to see you. They've got all kinds of great gift ideas. If you can't get here today, just get to your CBD American Shaman. Like I said, buy one, get one free here at this location at CBD American Shaman. 30% off on all the other participating CBD American Shamans. We welcome in now one Todd Lebo to the festivities. Time to play a little Stump the Chumps. Todd, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing absolutely great. It is windy, but it's sunny, and I'm ready to win this game this week.
Oh, really? Okay.
No,
all right.
Probably not. Shane's here, so you know.
Yeah, well, that helps because, Shane's an absolute walkover.
He'll get all the answers
Shane's
right,
tough.
and then he'll mess up the bet at the end. He plays
That's right.
Curtis very well.
He's played very well.
Trivia, it's the math is
it's not his deal.
He's done
makes
well.
me the chump.
There'll be a K-State question in here, I guarantee you.
I was told there'd be no math.
Just a
You
little
locally
bit.
owned and operated Big O Tires, rolling out savings this holiday season. For a limited time, save $100 instantly on select sets of 4 in-stock tires. You heard me right, Big O Tires. If you give Kyle our final chumps question, Big O Tires will give you a free oil change. Send it to Kyle at 810WHB.com. Let's get things started here. Gentlemen, are we ready to go?
Totes.
What does that mean?
Not totally.
Buffet.
He's cool. Yes, we're ready to go, Soren.
Okay, ready
Is
to
it
go.
buffet?
Thank you.
Is it Soren?
Thank you for speaking English there, Shane. All right, I'm going to begin you with this. In honor of Michigan football, for the wrong reasons, being in the news, we know that our guy who just got canned, Sharon Moore.
Yeah.
We know Sharon Moore just got let go by the Michigan Wolverines. I'm going to give you some easy pickings here. I just want to know anybody who's ever coached for the Michigan Wolverines.
Enoch.
Todd is first, and then Pete.
Brady Hoke.
Brady Hoke, I did not think would be the first one, but well done. Pete, and then Shane.
Benny Oosterban.
Lebo.
Yes, Benny Oosterban. Oosterban. Well done, Pete. I cannot believe that's the first one you said. Shane, then Pete, or then Todd.
Rich Rodriguez.
We're getting all the stars.
Rich Rod. Yeah, Rich Rod went over there and snuck it up at 15 and 22.
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh sure did.
Lebo.
There you go.
Who was my
Let's
coach
go
in
to
1970? Who was that coach? What's his name?
You got to say it.
Well, I can't remember. He coached there. He was always there. Good God.
Okay.
I'm taking it. Bo Schembechler.
There we go. That's it.
Bo Schembechler.
Lebo.
Long overdue on that one. Shane is up, by the way.
I was going to say Bo Schembechler. So
Well, Shane was in. Weren't you in before Todd?
He doesn't have a name.
No, I don't have anything, though.
He has no
Okay.
name. Gary Moeller.
Gary Moeller
Lebo.
is there. Yes. Todd.
Fielding Yost.
Yes, Fielding Yost won 165 games at Michigan. 5 for Todd, 1 for Pete, 1 for Shane is what I have.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of guys. The guys you probably should have gotten, Lloyd Carr
Oh, boy.
and
Who was
National
right
champion.
before Bo
That's it.
Schembechler? I don't know.
That's it. I mean, I give you a bunch of
Pete
names,
Elliott?
but none of them mean anything.
Is Elliott on there?
Yeah, Bump Elliott.
Yeah,
Bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
There you go, Pete.
Yeah, thank you.
Is Shane going in Curtis's place?
Yeah, I'm taking.
Yeah, Shane is up next.
All right. Do you want? I'm being generous. I have one that has 17, but then I also have one that has 9. So do you want
17
go
first.
heavy?
Let's
You
go
wanna
heavy
first. All right.
17,
Todd's
let's
off
go.
and running with 5.
All right. So this is an NBA question. I was looking up. So second round draft picks and further. So whatever, there's a third round pick and a couple seventh round on here, all-time leading scorers. So if
Petro.
I'm giving you 17,
From where?
17th
Anywhere.
is Dennis Johnson. DJ is 17th, all the way up to first. So it's a 16 in front of him.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Petro.
Petro.
Gilbert Arenas.
I don't
Agent
see
Enoch.
Gilbert on here.
Oh,
Lebo.
Is this-
Is Jokic on there yet?
Yes, that's what got this. He's number 9th.
Ooh, there you go.
number 9.
That's what
Enoch.
started
Bob
this.
Pettit?
Number 9th. Bob Pettit, I do not see on there. There
Got to be a
is.
second
No,
round
he
pick or
was
later.
a high pick.
Oh, he was number 1. Yeah, he was.
There's a couple others, like 1/3. There's
who's the
a
number
2
one?
7th on
Dude.
here. No, that's the only other rounds that aren't second on here.
Lebo? Is Klay Thompson a second rounder?
No.
No.
No, he was a first.
John Havlicek?
Stupid.
I do not see John
I
Havlicek.
don't hear you saying answers, Petro. You call me dumb.
There's some
I
good
mean,
names on
Where
here.
the hell
like-
is John? What?
There are good names.
Yes.
Enoch, yeah.
There-
Bailey Howell.
number 1 might be a reason why I asked this. What is my NBA team?
I already said
Bailey
one.
Howell.
Who would be number 1? then?
Lebo, Adrian Dantley.
He's not on here.
Bailey Howell.
Petro, Alex English.
Alex English, number 1. He's the all-time leader.
Okay.
There's a headband guy, got shrugged. All right. So Hal
Kurt
Greer,
Robinson.
2. Great question.
Yeah.
Great question, jackass.
Hal Greer, George Gervin, Clifford Robinson, Eddie Johnson, Chet Walker, World Be Free, Calvin Murphy, Tiny Archibald, Randy Smith, Jack Twyman, Jeff Hornacek, Lou Williams, Artis Gilmore, Rashad Lewis.
We should have known
Horace
Horny.
Gilmore. Okay.
Should've known that.
Should have got Hornacek. I agree on that one. All right, what do you got, Lebo? Hope it's better than that.
I'm going to give you one that's not better than that. No, I'm kidding. In honor of Oklahoma versus Alabama tomorrow, listen up, everybody. I want you to name me a player for either one of those schools, college stats here, who had at least 2,000 career receiving yards for one of those
Petro.
schools. Petro.
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones, correct. Shane.
Amari
Petro.
Cooper.
Amari Cooper, correct. Petro's in.
Henry Ruggins.
He did not. Henry Ruggs
Shane.
did not make it.
C.D. Lamb.
C.D. Lamb did make
Shane.
it.
Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown made it. Petro's in. He wants to get in.
Yeah, I'll go in. Devonta Smith.
There you go. He's the number 1 Alabama receiver. There is only one name that's kind of what I would call old, 70s.
And these were 2,000 yards?
2,000 yards total in their career. And that's an Alabama player from the 70s who was not a wide receiver. Hint.
Shane. Jamison Williams.
No.
Okay.
He was not a receiver.
Petro,
No,
John
tight end.
Mechie.
John Mechie's there, yes. You're missing all the Sooners. We got a guy who's one of them plays for the Broncos right now. One of them plays for Tampa right now. And the tight end for Alabama.
Shane.
Yes.
Kenny Stills.
Petro.
Kenny Stills is on the list. I'll let you have one, Petro.
Good job. I can't.
The Alabama guys-
Mims.
Marvin Mims is there. I'll let you have him. Alabama, DJ Hall, Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy, Ozzie Newsome was the older guy. Oklahoma, Ryan Broyles, Sterling Shepard, Mark Clayton, Joaquin Iglesias, Malcolm Kelly, Dede Westbrook. There you go. Those were bad. You guys did all right.
Okay. All right. What do you got there,
I
Peter?
think 1968 was probably the best year for pitchers in the history of the major leagues. And that was obviously the year Gibson went 1-1-2 as an ERA leader. 6 pitchers that year followed him under 1.9. Who were they?
Lebo?
Yeah.
Petro.
No, not Lebo.
Denny McClain?
Yes. One. There's one.
Mine. I was going to go Koufax.
He's gone by
no.
then.
He's
Lebo, Jim Palmer?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more.
God.
Tom Seaver.
I did
probably.
terrible. I'm sorry.
Tom Seaver?
No.
Okay. Who were they?
Luis
Okay, who we got?
Tiant,
Tiant.
Sam McDowell,
I know him.
Denny McClain, which you got, Dave McNally,
He was the Oriole.
Tommy John,
Never heard of
and
him.
Bobby Bookie Bolin.
Oh,
from the
Bobby
Giants.
Bookie Bolin.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
That was
All right, as we
had to
make
be
the
a hell of a
turn.
year, though. God.
Pete has 100, Todd has 700, Shane has 500, I have 600. Let's stay with baseball. In honor of the Royals trading for Isaac Collins, I would just like for you to name for me any one of the 27 switch hitters that have 100 career hits or more in a Royals uniform.
Oh,
Lebo.
Pete.
No.
Lebo, Willie Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Willie Wilson is there. He is almost 2,000.
Carlo Beltran.
Todd.
Carlos
Beltran
I don't even
is
know any
there.
switchers
Yes.
played for.
Lebo. Did Greg Jeffries get 100 hits? Was he lefty? Righty, or no?
Greg Jeffries sure did. He had 172, you goober. That's 3.
Wow.
He's out.
I'm
He's
losing
gone.
my mind on these
You're
switch
gone.
hitters.
Hell, I didn't even know they had that many at play.
There's another 85 World Series guy.
You're kidding. Jeez.
There's the guy with the highest career batting average in Royals history.
Lebo, Jose Offerman.
Jose Offerman is there. Yep.
5 World Series is.
There's an owner of Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Shane.
B-Mac.
Shane.
I was going to say Jeff Montgomery.
Brian McCray. I heard B-Mac.
Yeah.
There you go, Shane.
Who's the other 85 guy?
Buddy Biancalana.
Oh, I forgot he was a switchy. Dang it.
Just real quick, Luis Salcea, Wilson Betterment, Melky Cabrera, Alberto Callaspo, Vince Coleman, Chili Davis, Ruben Gotze, David Howard, Felix Jose, Alberto Mondesi, Kendrys Morales, Brian Pena, Nafi Perez, Desi Relaford, Bip Roberts, Carlos Santana, Richie Scheinblum, Kurt Stillwell, UL Washington, Drew Waters, and Greg Zahn.
Oh, how do we forget Drew
Adalberto
Waters?
Mondesi got 100 hits. My God.
Drew Waters got 100. All right, NFL. Josh Allen just recently became the rushing touchdown leader with 76. Can you name any others in the top 10?
In what now?
Lebo first.
Rushing quarterback touchdowns. Cam Newton.
Cam Newton's who he beat.
Okay, Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Lebo.
Fourth.
Petro.
I think Tom Brady got there with
Nope.
What's a sneak. Dang it.
Petro. Autogram.
Autogram is not in the top 10.
What?
The lowest
Lebo.
number is 34.
Lamar.
Lamar is 34. He's 10th.
Lebo. Cordell Stewart get there?
Cordell did not.
Give us some clues, Goober.
Randall Cunningham.
One is current.
Cunningham.
Third place is current.
Petro. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got 63. A lot of 90s. Okay, so we got.
Was Cunningham there? You never answered about Pete.
No Cunningham.
No, Randall Cunningham. I'm sorry. He's there. Yes.
I
He's
got
8th.
one.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
great.
You missed Steve McNair. Michael Vick was good at running the
I
ball.
never heard of him, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is 7th.
Yeah.
And my favorite, the K-State, here we go, Steve Grogan, 9th.
Grogan.
Steve Grogan. I should have got Grogan.
35.
Brutal.
All right, this will be
All
the
right, Todd.
first NFL postseason since 1998 season without Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, or Patrick Mahomes participating. Name one of the 12 starting quarterbacks who started a playoff game in the 1998 NFL playoffs. Shane.
John Elway.
John Elway, correct. Petro.
98. You said.
Yep. 98.
And
So I'm
three were
gonna
not-
go. I'm gonna go with
You got it.
yeah, Chandler.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chris Chandler. Shane.
Randall Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham. Yes.
Vikes.
There's Hall of Famers on this list. Several.
Shane. Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Shane.
Yeah.
Steve Young.
Petro.
Steve Young. Petro's in now.
Garcia.
No.
Don't look at me. I was still drinking scotch then.
Shane. Is Jim Kelly still?
Petro.
No Jim Kelly.
Gerbach.
No.
Petro. It wasn't Gerbach. Then who the hell was it?
He already. Steve Young's already been said. That was his
Shane.
quarterback.
Neil O'Donnell.
No, Neil.
No, he
O'Donnell.
wasn't with the Steelers. Shane. Cordell Stewart.
No. It's a great question. Arizona.
Shut up, Kyle, with your buzzer. I'm going to feed that buzzer to you when I
Arizona,
get back
Jake
there.
Plummer. Dallas, Troy Aikman. Buffalo, Doug Flutie. Miami, Dan Marino. Jacksonville, Mark Brunell. New England, Scott Zolak started for them that year. And then we didn't get Vinny for the Jets. They made the AFC title game.
God bless. What an awful performance that was. All right, Pete, wrap us up.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the last question.
Okay, tell me the Stammer coach that was undefeated in NCAA basketball play. In the tournament play.
It's got to be a trick.
1934, they won a title,
Yeah.
right?
34,
First round.
well, they weren't even
or whatever it
playing
was,
yet.
47, they won a title.
They won in 42.
Lebo, Calvin Coolidge.
That was cute, smart ass.
Bill Walsh.
No. This guy played. This guy had a name. I mean, he had a
Shaggy
name
Green.
in basketball.
Everybody has a name.
No, I mean, he
Who
had a
was
name in basketball.
Who was it?
Everett Dean.
If you say so.
Well, yeah, he was pretty famous then. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good.
But he
Everett
was 3-0,
Dean.
period,
What's
in his
our-
career.
Was he related to Paula Dean?
He was related to Daffy Dean.
Okay. Pete has 200. I have 900. Shane has 1,000. And Todd Lebo has 1,300 to be wagered. In what
Christ
category?
almighty.
2-point conversions.
No, not the category, Pete.
Oh, man. 2-point conversions. Oh, this is easy.
Is that what it is? In the NFL or college?
NFL.
NFL 2-point conversions. That is our category. Make your wagers accordingly. I know what I think I'm going. We are here at CBD American Shaman. Forget about making a wager. You can come in and just get a great holiday gift. CBD American Shaman. Great stocking stuffers and much more. 30% off anything in any participating store. If you mention Sports Radio 810 WHB today at this store here at 11050 Quivira. That's the northwest corner of College and Quivira. Buy one, get one free. Anything in the store. This store only. If you want more energy, better sleep, boost your immune system, or you just want to kick back and relax, visit your local CBD American Shaman location. They can help you with whatever you seek. Free samples. Also happy to answer any of your questions. High-quality CBD products designed to support your wellness. You'll find the balance you need to enjoy wonderful, wonderful weather. We've got beautiful weather coming next week. We've had beautiful weather here. You can come on out to CBD American Shaman. We're on the northwest corner of College and Quivira.
The program with Soren Petro.
That scared the pants off me. Guess I better put my pants back on.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, listen up. Tickets for Less is doing something brand new this Xmas. Fan Cash. That's right, Fan Cash. Now through December 24th, you'll earn $10 in Fan Cash for every $100 you spent. Up to $100 back to you towards January events, whether you're planning ahead for Royals baseball, grabbing concert tickets, or securing seats for Country Stampede. Those purchases now come with extra rewards. Tickets are one of the best gifts you can give. Memories last longer than stuff. So come on, get somebody a great event, a great memory for life. Get them tickets from Tickets for Less. And yes, promo code 810, it still works. So you can save instantly while you're earning the Fan Cash and then saving on your purchase in January. So shop at ticketsforless.com right now. Make Xmas even better with my friends from Tickets for Less. And don't forget that promo code 810. Save even more with promo code 810 at ticketsforless.com.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. Are you ready to make some money betting the games? College football playoffs are here. The NFL is in full swing, and we are making a ton of money. December has been incredibly profitable, not just in football and basketball, but across all sports. Go to FatJackSports.com. Get signed up today for $299. Get all the football through the end of the month. $399 gets you football and hoops through the end of the month, or add everything and make even more. FatJackSports.com. Go through the end of the year and make the most for the best price. Get signed up today.
Hey, Kansas City, holiday deals are here today through the 24th. Kansas City Cannabis is bringing the 12 Days of Christmas sale with different deals every single day, and they're the best savings they offer all year. Some days it's 40% off the best Missouri brands. Other days,
All right, welcome back here to CBD American Shaman, where you can come check out all their great products. If you got questions, they've got answers. They've got free samples as well. Plus, buy one, get one free here at CBD American Shaman at College and Quivira. 30% off at any of the participating CBD American Shamans. It is time for our Final Chumps, brought to you by our friends at Big O Tires. Provide the Final Chumps question to Kyle at 810WHB.com. You get a free oil change. The category, NFL, 2-point conversions. Kyle, what do you got?
All right, gentlemen, since the 2-point conversion was introduced into the NFL, only 3 Chiefs have scored an octopus. Are you familiar with an octopus?
No.
That's the, I kind of know.
That is when the same player runs for a TD or catches a touchdown pass and then runs for or catches the pass for the 2-point conversion. So one guy runs it in for 8 points.
Okay.
All right. There are 3 Chiefs.
Wait a minute. Give it to me again.
We don't have time, Petro.
I need all
don't
three
even
of them in
know
front
the
of-
question.
You scored a touchdown and then you got a 2-point conversion.
That's right.
On
the same guy did it.
The same guy.
Okay.
So there are
okay,
three,
I see.
There are 3 Chiefs who have done this. Name me any one of them.
Any of the 3. Okay.
Yeah, I know who's
I bet
first.
I get it.
I know who's first, Ren.
Are we ready to go through the answers?
Yeah, we better go.
We got 1 minute. All right, Pete,
0,
what do you got?
I'm going to take Joe Valerio.
No.
Not bad. Next is me. I took Priest Holmes. Okay, I bet nothing. I'm at 900. Shane.
Jamal. I bet all.
Charles, you bet it all, so he finishes with nothing.
I had Jamal Charles. And I'm showing my paper to Shane. What did I bet?
All?
No. Read it.
It's a 0 with
Zero.
a line through it.
That's 0.
With a
That's
lot
how
of
you draw a
zeros
0.
behind it.
With the line through it, which means you bet it all.
No,
that's all of it, right?
I bet nothing.
You bet infinity.
What's the answer, Kyle?
Soren, I'll see you
What are the
next year.
answers?
The answer is Marcus Allen,
All right.
Willie Davis, and Patrick Mahomes.
Willie Davis, wow.
I'm just going to tell you that put this final segment in the capsule. This was perfection.
All right, thanks to our intern Izzy for the question. Who is the only U.S. president to win a national championship as a college football head coach?
I can breathe. Opened up the
the sinuses.
Yeah.
Little refreshment.
Blair Kirchhoff joins us here in the program. It's a good thing we're not in the studio. I'm going to tell you that right now. Holy cow. Kevin Timmons is a hell of a guy.
A hell of a guy.
The fine proprietor of Nick and Jake's, which, by the way, the place looks great with their holiday decorations. I love when all the restaurants and bars do it up.
Yeah,
more and more, they're going more and more. The more, the better.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that.
Nick and Jake's always, first of all, I think it's really cool. My home one, the one I go to most of the time, 119th there and Metcalf, beautiful place. It always looks really cool, I think. But they got very classy holiday decorations. It feels, I love going in there right now this time of year because it feels great. He just stopped by and gave us a gift.
Yeah.
So thank you to our buddy Kevin Timmons.
A wonderful gift.
You know, that's what it's all about. That's why we're here. Like, you can give the gift of relaxation. You can give the gift of pain relief. You can give the gift of calming down your pets. So many great products at CBD American Shaman to stuff that stocking with. You can get 30% off anything at any of the participating stores if you mention Sports Radio 810 WHP. Today, where Blair and I are right now, CBD American Shaman is offering you buy one, get one free. So, whether it's for yourself, you want to stock up, you got a product that you love that you know, hey, I need. Well, this is the time to stock up right now. Of course, their experts are happy to answer any questions you've got. You can do that. Plus, they've got some free samples. Stop on by here at CBD American Shaman. This is a one-day only deal, so stock up right now. From topicals to oils, water-based CBD. Their products are crafted to help with everyday stresses and physical tension. It sits with you, Blair. It sits with you for a minute. No, you're not even going to notice that. No, I noticed it.
That's why I've had to take the headsets off a
couple
of times.
We will tell this story on down the road when we have both gone down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buy one, get one free. Anything here in the store. CBD American Shaman. We are on the northwest corner of College and Quivira. Blair, how are you, sir?
Doing well. Hope you are too.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing great. I love the holidays. Do you like the holidays?
Yeah.
Love me some Christmas.
Absolutely love Christmas.
Who was laying it out? I was watching, I don't know, a talk show. Some guest, some hump guy who makes movies or something. I don't know. Whoever they have on those kinds of shows. Mm-hmm. And they were saying that they love, you know what? Actually, I take it back. No hump. It was Paul Rudd. One of our favorites, one of our own. Yeah, love Paul Rudd. I was just joking around because I just couldn't remember who it was, but now I remember. It was Paul Rudd. He said he loves Christmas. He loves it. He said, I think it was Paul. Now I'm having buyer's remorse. Said maybe I'm getting it wrong. Whoever it was said they love it. And they said when Christmas Day comes, they're reminded of how much they love the days that lead up to Christmas Day. They're like, Christmas Day is a total letdown.
Yeah.
And it's stress and a pain in the ass. But loves the weeks leading up. I'm with them.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
That's why I kicked off Christmas when we turned our porch light off on Halloween night. And thanks to my friend Joe Spiker at Easton Roofing and his great team, we turned the Christmas lights on the night of October 31st.
I have not been by your house, but I understand it is quite the display. That you go all out. You are in the spirit.
I am in the spirit. I go all the way around the house. We're not just doing the front.
Okay.
So I'm issuing a challenge to my neighbors.
Say you're a pretty competitive guy.
That's
I know
right.
That.
That's right. We've got some beautiful. Everybody, I really do love how people more and more are getting into the house decorations. Mm-hmm. I can't compete with some of them because I don't have that kind of scratch. But I love them. If you're going over the top on it, God bless you.
Yeah. That's I like going to the. I don't know who all does them anymore. I know Longview Lake used to have a big Christmas display, and then some in the neighborhoods will go all out with their neighbors to go in on Christmas lights. So yeah, I dig that, and it's what's been kind of cool about recently is the weather's been so good. You don't mind being out at night, and it's fun. Now we don't do our house. Some of the neighbors do, but I do my basketball goal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're festive. You get with the program.
Yeah, for sure.
Do what you can do. I appreciate a wreath.
Yeah.
I appreciate
got
whatever you might do. whatever holiday might be your holiday, whatever it goes. I just like the idea of like being festive.
Be festive. Do it up.
I'm a festive guy. You know?
I've always thought that about you.
Thanks. You know, that's what Kyle said. He goes, people are like, what's it like to work with Petro? And he goes, what a festive guy. Right, Kyle?
Can confirm.
Without enthusiasm.
Dynamite drop in, Kyle. Those broadcast classes are really paying off. Can confirm. Yeah. So I like the holidays.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. So happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you there.
You too, my friend.
You are a Christmas guy, right?
Yes.
I try to hit the holiday that's your holiday, you know?
Right. Well, listen,
I feel like it's the least I can do.
I used to say happy holidays to people, and then I was told that was,
that was an insult to those who
trying to cover all the holidays with one greeting wasn't sufficient.
So I hear that, and so I try to be respectful of everyone's thoughts, and there are people that get mad that are Christmas people that you don't say Christmas. So I try to say Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas, or Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
That's the way to do it.
You know, I figure at some point it's going to take me 20 minutes to just walk by a guy on the street. You know, so
that's right. Hope it's not a big crowd coming at you.
I'm a pleaser. In addition to being festive, Blair, what I am is a pleaser.
I could tell just before the show went on the air.
Yes, you could tell, yeah. Well, the segment's fun for us. We got that going for us, Blair. All right, let's. I don't even know where to start.
Well, I'll tell you what. Should the college football playoffs be part of our holiday feeling right now? Because, ready or not,
here they come.
Here they come. They're here tomorrow with Alabama, Oklahoma, and.
What do you mean? Like, should they back it up around?
Well, this is only the second year of the expanded field, and so this is the second year it's gotten pushed right up until basically to Christmas, and then the rest of it's after Christmas. So I'm still not sure how excited I am. Look, I'm always up for a good college football matchup like the one we're going to have tomorrow with Oklahoma, Alabama, and on Saturday we'll get Texas A&M, Miami, and then the other two games are not as good: Tulane, Ole Miss, and JMU and Oregon. But I'm down for good college football anytime. But it just seems I got shopping. I still have some stuff to do on Saturday and running around. Chiefs are on Sunday, of course. So
you have shopping to do?
A little bit of shopping, yes.
My wife, God bless her, handles the shopping when it comes to other people.
I was going to say, you're like me then, I guess. You got to buy for one.
Yeah,
but that's a big one.
It's important. And so when the Petros give you a gift, no, I really care because I've really poured myself into the process.
Your name is on the card.
Yeah, when you say, oh, thanks to the Petros, I mean, make sure you include me because like I'm putting forth a Herculean effort for you. So I want you to make sure you recognize that when you send me the thank you note that I clearly deserve.
It's heartfelt, is what you're saying.
That's number one. And maybe I'm not reading the signs, and I think that's my instructions, but I'm supposed to actually do something.
Yeah.
Because now my wife has said we're just doing stockings.
Oh.
For us, we're not even going to bother with gifts.
Okay, good.
We're going to focus on the other people.
Could she call my wife? Because that sounds like a great idea.
And then the other thing is like, here, put this in my stocking.
I like that.
So now I'm even like, I can't fail.
Yeah,
but it's like
she has dumbed it down for you.
I know you're completely worthless. So I'm going to take even this simpleton task of filling this, 34-gallon sock that we call a stocking now. Like we have, seriously.
Hangs to the floor.
Our children could have lived in this thing till they were 5. The size of the stocking. So I will say that they're large, but now she's taken to even here. Put this in there. This is for my stocking. That's for my stocking.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, and it was great. The kids were like, "Oh, nice job, Dad." When they were little, now they're like, "You didn't get any of this, did you?" Yeah, now they're sarcastic, sour.
Yeah, they're on to you.
You know, it's like I'm like, hey, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it. There's a decent chance that I'll pay the credit card that covers this thing. Just saying. Just want a little something.
A little something.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Little. Give me one
of those.
Yeah, I gave Blair a double pat on the shoulder.
Right.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Dad.
Let's go over and have the brunch that Mom prepared now.
That's the old Chris Rock.
Yeah.
The old Chris Rock bit.
What was it?
Appreciating Dad.
Yeah.
Come on, Dad. Thanks for knocking out the light bill, Dad. It was classic. Dad didn't get any credit.
Yeah.
No credit. And in this case, doesn't deserve it. But
yeah.
Cases.
So many great Chris Rock ones. My favorite is he goes, my neighborhood, there are 3 black people that live in my neighborhood. There is Alicia Keys, Eddie Murphy, and me. Alicia Keys, one of the great R&B singers of all time. Eddie Murphy, one of the greatest comedians of all time. And me. And you know who lives next door to me? A dentist. Just a dentist. He didn't invent teeth. Just a regular old dentist. That was my favorite. But the white people are the ones that did. No, just a regular old dentist. That's my favorite line. He didn't invent teeth. That's my favorite Chris Rock line. So, anyway, I don't know why it was appropriate here, but I thought I'd share it with you.
It's because you're in the sharing mood. It's the
again,
holidays.
Festive.
Yeah, festive. Yep.
Festive. And a giver. Right? That's what it is. So, anyway, back to the college football playoffs. Before you rudely interrupted me, Blair. They're here.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
The Fighting Todd Lebos going after Alabama tomorrow.
Yeah. Who do you like?
Oklahoma's at home.
Yeah.
Oklahoma beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa earlier this year.
So tell me you're on the Sooners, and I'll love my Alabama pick in the program picks.
I'm actually on Bama.
Oh.
Bama should have beaten them in Tuscaloosa. They outgained them 2-1, 3 turnovers, including a long pick 6. I think Alabama's the better team. I think Oklahoma, even though I don't think Alabama deserves to be in the field over Notre Dame, but they're there. I think this is the right opponent for Alabama to go in and steal one. Field goal type game. Oklahoma will keep it close with their defense, but Alabama's the better team. I like Bama in a close game.
Fat Jack was on. Who was Fat Jack on? Fat Jack was on Oklahoma. I will point out one of the reasons why Fat Jack is good is because Fat Jack lives in Oklahoma, but he also seems to live in Vegas, and I know he also lives in California.
I've heard him from England.
Yeah, and sometimes he chimes in. I think Fat Jack does real well. It's funny when I'm giving him a hard time and he just sends a picture of the stack of cash on the table at the casino that he's getting ready to go put down, wrapped in the $10,000 wraps. It's like, yes, Jack, I aspire to being the $50 hack you make fun of. Okay? Yes, you win. But he was on OU, and I like to be on Fat Jack's side, but I'm like, Oklahoma is his roots.
I was going to say.
And so I always kind of wonder, is he just homering it here on this one?
He's got some boomer in him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He has some good number. He had some good numbers on him as to why he liked him, but he was on OU, and so, and plus Curtis has been really good this year, and he was on OU. So. And then Kyle was on Bama, and that's just liquid death. Kyle's terrible.
Boy, now I'm starting to regret this.
Yeah, I know.
Feeling. Yeah.
Well, we'll just have to do some heavy lifting. Carry Kyle across the finish line.
Here's the other thing. For me, another reason to like Alabama. It seems like every year, no matter if it's a 12-team or a 4-team field, there's always a team that hears that it shouldn't be in there. You shouldn't be in. I've already said I thought Notre Dame should be in over Alabama. And a good coach, I think, takes advantage of that, plays on their kids' emotions about that. Nobody thinks you should be here, and us against the world, circle the wagons, all that. And I think Alabama has that going for them into tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, I like them and I like Miami for those reasons. I think they have the chip. I mean, I don't know how you can look at A&M and go, well, yeah, A&M's just happy to be there. No, I mean, everyone's fighting for a national champion, so maybe we're reading too much into it. But I do feel like those teams that had to fight all the way to the end to get in there. Like A&M's kind of been in there.
Yeah.
Miami's been playing playoff games, to put it in an NFL term, for 3 or 4 weeks now, and they've been playing well. They've been winning big. And so from that standpoint, I'm wondering why I've been turn clear sideways, turn my chair so at least somewhat facing you. Like, why am I looking over my shoulder at Blair here? It's like we're on a roller coaster ride having this conversation. Blair's in the second car and I'm in the first car. I just think Miami comes in playing well. I like them in their game, and I think the same thing of Alabama. They've been fighting their way in. They're pretty battle-tested. They've played a tougher schedule. OU's played a tough schedule too.
Right.
That there's no difference between those. But I also think it's tough to beat a team twice in 1 year.
For sure, especially two good teams going at each other. And how wouldn't it be odd to have the visiting team win both of those games, which is what would happen if Bama does it. But with A&M, what I can't get past is them recently, like in the last month of the season, playing South Carolina at home and being down 30-3 to a South Carolina team that didn't go to it. Now, A&M made a miraculous comeback and won the game, and all the credit in the world to Mike Elko in that program. But it was just really strange to see them go down so big to an average team at home. So I like what your thought on Miami, really backs to the wall, every game was a playoff the last few weeks for them, and yeah, they're the ones that are they get caught up in the talk of Notre Dame or Miami in the playoffs. So I kind of dig Miami for this game, but I do like this Cassius Howell for Texas A&M, the Kansas City kid who's one of the top defensive players in the country this year. Want to see him have a good game.
Where do you go to school here?
Rockhurst.
Okay.
Rockhurst kid. So maybe the strongest connection, one of the strongest connections we have to the college football playoff. So another should be a great game. Absolutely. The first two games, because I think that's the first game tomorrow or on Saturday, is A&M Miami, and then you've got having followed Oklahoma, Alabama.
I think you like the A&M quarterback,
Marcel Reed. I don't love him.
I am going to be intrigued to see what he is without Colin Klein, because I think his throwing, I don't think is that good.
It's not. It's not. He throws interceptions,
and he tries to throw the ball through a wall every time.
Yep.
And so the fact that Colin Klein made them as good as he did with a quarterback that I think has tools, and maybe one day those tools will get refined. I guess maybe you could try to ding Colin Klein. Well, why didn't he, give him more touch and all that? But I think Colin Klein did a really nice job with that offense.
Absolutely.
And so,
and now his attention is diverted.
Yes.
And we'll see what. Look, this is what happens in college football now. With the coaching changes, and you're going to have guys that are split allegiances. And Colin Klein has been going back and forth between the Aggies, and will continue as long as Texas A&M wins, between Manhattan and College Station.
Is there anything that can be done with that like you cannot hire until after? Because they would still go ahead and hire. They'd still go talk to the agent. We know, basically, as we understand it, none of the rules that have been put out there for the NIL are being followed. Right? Everyone's complaining about it. Gene Taylor's complaining about it.
For sure.
They're all. So I don't suppose anybody's going to follow it unless they get some actual structure to college football, which I don't see it coming anytime soon.
I don't know how you can do it with the calendar the way it is. I heard someone suggest that if you made February 1st some sort of deadline for, not a deadline, but a starting date to make that the college football season start, like the start of the business year.
Yeah.
You can't change you can't have a coaching change until February 1st. Well, in theory, that sounds pretty good, and it solves one problem, but it creates problems elsewhere with the recruiting calendar. And
well, why can't signing day and the portal, why can't that all happen in second semester?
Well, and that's what the February 1st solution is, to have it happen in the second semester. It could and should happen. The reason it's happening now the way it is coaches they wanted the early signing date. Remember that for kids that they wanted to get the kind of the pressure off some of the kids that were getting hounded. So let them sign early and get that out of there.
We're paying them now.
Yes, and
deal with it.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Deal with it.
They're getting more money now than some of them anyway, more money now than they'll ever get.
Kyle would like to get up at 12:30 every day. Okay, but we're paying him. So he drags his ass out of bed and he's on the 10 o'clock call.
Yes, that's right.
Right, Kyle?
Better believe it.
Right.
Better believe it on everything I just said, correct?
That's right.
Yes. So that's how it works. You're getting paid. You deal with it.
So college football is unique, and it's
it's only when you get $11 million a year as a coach do you get to bitch about everything. Then you get to lament how tough your plot is in life.
Or $10.7 million.
Okay.
That's right. It doesn't have to be exactly 11. It could be as much as $10.7 million.
We all have our bars.
Yeah, that's
right.
Right,
we all have our bars. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping the JMUs of the world do a decent job.
Yeah, keep the games close. Tulane, Ole Miss, and then JMU, Oregon. I hope those end up being okay games. I don't know how I feel about two of those teams being in the 12-team field and not of Notre Dame's, for instance. But but that's an ACC problem. The ACC, having its best team lose in the ACC championship game, and then not having a kind of a fallback position for Miami to be in there. So, did you happen to catch Joel Klatt's comments this week on?
Maybe. What were they?
It was basically the March Madness, the college basketball tournament stinks because it allows. He's trying to make the case that we shouldn't have games like Tulane, Ole Miss, and JMU, Oregon. Because the basketball equivalent of those, the 14 versus the 3, the 15 versus the 2, those are never good games, and that's why the NCAA basketball tournament stinks.
Well, they say it's better to keep your mouth shut and be thought a fool than to open one's mouth and remove all doubt.
Indeed.
So he clearly has not watched the basketball tournament.
Obviously hasn't. No. I don't know. It must have been for effect because I don't think any person who has experienced kind of interest in March Madness would agree.
The validity that's there is that we run a whole bunch of those games at once, and so like the part of the basketball tournament that people don't that they need to appreciate, that I think actually the NBA should appreciate, was when you play a bunch of games all at once. If three of them stink and one of them's good, we all just gravitate towards the one that's good.
Right.
And that's the protection that the NCAA tournament has in those early rounds.
Yeah, unless it's your local team. You want to stay with your local team as much as you can.
Yeah.
But you're right. That's always been an issue. And so the NCAA has always done a great job of getting you to the close finish, no matter where it is. And there's so much dead time toward the end of basketball games that it can go from game to game to game, and you don't miss much action. But yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. We're talking to Blair Kirchhoff. We're here at CBD American Shaman. Be sure to ask your CBD American Shaman expert about their wellness trifecta. Right now, we've got buy one, get one free here at College and Quivira. 30% off at all participating CBD American Shamans. If you mention Sports Radio 810 WHB, you can give the gift of better energy, better sleep, boosting the immune system. Come on in, check out the samples, talk to the experts at CBD American Shaman.
All right. Before we get to Soren and Blair, the end of the hour answer, who is the only U.S. president to win a national championship as a college football head coach?
I mean, this sounds like this is a perfect Curtis question. He loves his president trivia as much as he likes his sports trivia.
I don't recall there being a U.S. president who was a college head coach. It would have to be since 1900.
Oh, I got it. It's Coach Paul Bryant or President Paul Bryant.
No, no. This question was.
No?
They called him the Bear. The Bear.
The Bear president.
This question was from our intern Izzy. She gave this to me yesterday. It was Woodrow Wilson who guided the Princeton Tigers to a shared national title in 1878. He was not technically the coach. There was no coach. He was a football director.
A football director, Woodrow Wilson. Woody Wilson.
Oh, Woody.
I believe they call those Helms titles.
That's right. I know. Kansas basketball claims those Helms titles, that's for sure. Oh, Woodrow Wilson.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. That's a good one. Especially if it came from Izzy. We'll take it. By the way, we're at CBD American Shaman. You can stop in. Great stocking stuffers here at CBD American Shaman. Today only, buy one, get one free here where we are, 11050 Quivira Road. 30% off at all the other participating CBD American Shamans. So come on in and stock up on whatever product it is you need. You can check out some free samples. Talk to their experts about their products. Blair is brought to you by our friends at Art and Frame Warehouse. FrameKC.com. Get in there. You still got time to get your great holiday gifts. They got some great sports memorabilia in there, artwork, but all the framing. You got something you need framed? Get to Art and Frame Warehouse. FrameKC.com. They deliver, they install, and everything comes with a 100% lifetime guarantee at Art and Frame. Blair, what do you make of these Kansas Jayhawks and this Darren Peterson?
Jayhawks on the hardwood. I would like to see Darren Peterson on the hardwood more often than what we're seeing. Listen, I remember at the beginning of this when it was the cramps first and then the hamstring, and you were just wondering what all's going on here, and why is he doing this? Is it a business decision? What's going on? But it can't be that, because he's hurting himself by not playing and having medical issues that I'm sure NBA teams are going to wonder about, and he's going to have to pass physicals and answer all kinds of questions about his health. So I just hope for his sake that whatever he's going through right now is something that they can handle. It can be handled, and he can come back and have as much of a normal Big 12 season as he possibly can. I can't wait to see the guy at full strength, because at a percentage.
Because it sounds like we have yet to see him at full strength at any time this year.
I didn't realize, and maybe I just missed this, but Bill Self said this the other night after they beat Towson State. He didn't finish the Louisville scrimmage, and that was where he had 24 points, and Kansas went to Louisville and won their what used to be called a secret scrimmage, but of course
it's now televised.
That's right.
It's a secret on TV.
They have credentials for it.
Uh-huh.
And he couldn't finish that game. So it's been since the beginning, right? Since the start, that he's had some kind of physical issue. But when he's played, he's fun to watch. Even look, the minutes he got at NC State and that lean shot that he had from from baseline out, that's a next level type of shot.
Like the floater?
Yes.
I felt like the floater, that was one of the last shots he made too, wasn't
That's
it?
right, yeah.
To me, the floater was he's hurt.
Yeah, because he didn't
attack the rim and take it in and throw it down. I mean, guys at that age with that athleticism are going to come down and throw it in your face.
Yep.
And when he settled for that, it was like, wow, he's got the old man game too. Yeah, look at this. Right. Not only can he thunder down the lane and dunk on you, not only can he pull up from the three, but is he going to step on my foot when he does a jump hook? This guy's got it all. Are those 2 neoprene sleeves on each knee? What do we got here? That's what it kind of, I was like, oh, okay, he's got the crafty game to it as well. And, but yeah, he's got the whole arsenal.
He does. He is, I wouldn't say I was skeptical, but I wanted to see what all the buzz was about, him being the potential #1 draft pick. And I think I've seen it,
Yeah.
And if let's just hope for the best for him, and that he gets to at least a portion of the season at full health. What an incredible year for freshmen in college basketball this year. This is going to be terrific, right? With Boozer and Demancia and Peterson and others, it could be a great year for college basketball, and it's cool that one of our schools has one of those guys.
The one thing we know is that Curtis cannot evaluate basketball talent. Did you hear what Curtis's comp was for him?
No. Looking forward to hear.
Jerry Seasting. No, I'm kidding. You got to be old if you're laughing. But it's funny.
That's right.
For you young kids out there, just Google some Jerry Seasting, Sichting.
I can see his name on the back of the jersey.
Yeah, and then Google Seasting versus Sampson. Jerry Seasting versus Ralph Sampson, a little on-court dust-up, and you'll enjoy, right? That's it. I'm not going to explain it to you people. Just go to the tape. Take a look.
But that was Curtis's comp.
Yeah, he's like,
wow.
It reminds me of Jerry Seasting. And I'm like, okay, not so much. Right now, by the way, Kyle's like, gee. I'm putting it in there. You'll get it. It's funny.
Google doesn't know who he is either.
Shut up.
I'm kidding.
He's pre-Google. Huh?
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah. Good times. Good times. We can laugh about it now. Yeah, I really hope he can get back so they can get their rotation down and be all they can be.
Well, learn to play with each other.
Yeah, and I feel like they're going to be a work in progress to start the Big 12. And I really don't want to see them have to, go in as like a 7 or something, and then they're turned right around and playing a 2.
Yeah.
And maybe they play a hell of a game and they lose by 1 point. Like the game that I feel the most robbed about, or the team that robbed us the most, there are a couple of them. One, I would love to have seen. Well, this is going way back. I would love to have seen Norm Stewart coach Mizzou in '89. I appreciate that my Syracuse team got to get over Rich Daly and his inability to call a timeout on like a 14-0 run.
Yeah.
I'm glad Syracuse won.
Sweet 16 game.
Yeah, but I would love to have seen that Missouri team, which I think was his best with Norm.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been I think that was his Final Four team, and he didn't get a chance to put it out there. But more recently, Joel Embiid going down. The Embiid-Wiggins team.
Yeah.
In the tournament.
Frank Mason is a freshman, I think.
Yeah, and I think they were really just getting up to being the power that they could be, and then they lose Embiid, and it sucked.
I remember going to the game at Iowa State they played that year, and Embiid played and was just fantastic. And Fred Hoiberg said after the game, that's the best player in the country.
Yeah.
He was just amazed by Embiid.
And Joel Embiid was like number 22 or something in the country, and Wiggs was number 1.
Yeah.
Coming in by the end, everyone's like, the big boy's the guy who's going to go number 1, and then he got hurt, and that backed everybody off. But, it was those are the ones I feel wrong. I don't want to feel that way about this team.
Right, and the 20 team that was ranked number 1 going to the tournament and had the COVID year with Dotson and the big guy. Azubuike, right?
Yeah.
So, I love that you referenced the '89 Missouri team. That was a phenomenal team. That was a juggernaut Missouri team.
They had on that team. Well, Doug Smith was a high first-round pick. Anthony Peeler was a high first-round. It was like a 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Doug was like 5. Leonard was a second-round pick, the 7-1 center.
Was Nathan Bunton in the draft?
Nathan Bunton was a second-round pick. Byron Irvin, I think, went late first. And then Chivas was gone.
Yeah, he by a year that he was in.
But I think Lee Coward might have been a second-round pick as well, the point guard.
Wow.
So that was a really talented.
Who did your Orangemen have?
We ran out there. Derek Coleman at the 5, 1-1. Billy Owens at the 4, 1-3. He was the 3rd overall pick. We had Stevie Thompson at the 3. He would, when he retired, he was the CBA's all-time leading scorer. He's a 6'3" wing that could jump out of the gym. And then we had a kid named Matt Rowe, who was a second-round pick. He would transfer to Maryland as a pure shooter. And we had Sherm Douglas at the point.
Oh, wow.
And off the bench, I think Dave Johnson would be a late first, came off the bench. I think he was a freshman off the bench on that team.
That could have been a national championship game.
Yeah.
With all the talent on the floor.
And what's amazing is the next game was against the Illini, that was Lou Henson's best team.
Yeah.
Steve Bardo and Kendall Gill. And,
Yeah.
You know, and they went to they took out Syracuse in the Elite Eight, and then they got taken out by Michigan as they were trying to beat. That was Steve
Rice
Fisher taking over for Bill Frieder.
Yeah.
Glenn Rice and Lloyd Vaught and Ramil Robinson. Just a really, really good Michigan team. But I think Illinois might have beat them twice in the regular year and tried to beat them a third time and lost. And then Michigan beat P.J. Carlesimo's Seton Hall team.
Andrew Gaze in the championship game.
In a really tight game, too, by the way.
But, it was a good game. But I wonder if you looked at – I did this once. I took all the NCAA champions. I might have even done the Final Four teams.
Sean Higgins and Terry Mills, too, by the way.
Yes.
High NBA picks on that Michigan team. That Michigan team was loaded.
It was loaded. I did all the future NBA games of the college Final Four teams, and it was
how many games they played in the league?
Yeah, and it was fun. And you might guess that the most NBA games on a national championship team was Carolina's '82 team with Jordan Worthy, Perkins,
Kenny Smith.
Yeah, Kenny Smith, Brad Daugherty off the bench.
Yep.
You know, and a couple others.
James Worthy.
Yeah. I mean, Hall of Famers, right?
Yeah.
And then a couple of the UCLA.
How about that? Jordan, Perkins, Worthy, Kenny Smith.
Not too shabby.
And then who else? Oh, and then there was it was the coach. Wasn't it the white guy who would coach before Roy? After the old assistant of Dean Smith retired, and then he was a Roy assistant.
Buzz Peter.
No,
Matt Daugherty.
Matt Daugherty, I think, was the fifth starter on the team.
Yes.
How many NBA games did he have?
It was
none, I think.
None for him.
But wasn't he the fifth starter on that team?
Yes, he was.
He was. Yeah.
Yep. He may have got the assist on the Jordan bucket to beat Georgetown.
Yeah, because you got to collapse on Matt Daugherty. You know. And at least Jordan had to shoot it from 38? Oh no, he was like at 18 feet or something.
If that.
Like you look back at that,
it wouldn't have been a 3-pointer.
It was like a historic shot. Oh, what a money shot! Now you look at it like, what were they doing? Like now you know who Jordan's Jordan.
Yeah.
But then also he's not even that far out.
No.
And it was like this. Well, what a clutch shot! It's, geez, he could have dunked it from there. Like what do we, Totally different view now. Not exactly Steph from the or even what's her name from the logo?
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, not Caitlin Clark from the logo. Caitlin Clark's like, this guy sucks. Kidding me? Even Darren Peterson's like, I did a floater from there, for God's sake.
Not to bring up a bad memory, but Keith Smart's shot was a little bit difficult.
Punch you right in your face. Yeah, the Keith Smart. Oh, what a great shot! He's 6 feet. And Keith Smart got all the love. Like, wasn't it all Steve Alford's 7 threes that had anything to do with that night? No, it was Keith Smart, JC transfer, lobbing one in. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the Frieder. That's Fisher took over the Michigan team. Well, that's what's happened in the college football playoff, right? With
with Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Won a Rebel to coach the Rebels.
That's right. That's right.
By the way, what is a Michigan man now? Is it a felon? Is it
Oh my gosh!
Is it somebody with a show cause? Michigan's on a roll here with their last two coaches. I like Jim Harbaugh, but he did leave with a show cause hanging over his head.
Yes, and assembled quite a staff. It turns out. Oh my goodness!
Remember Bo Schembechler making the big deal? Somebody wrote a thing. I stole that. I can't remember. I think it was somebody in The Athletic who's like, a Michigan man. What is that today? It was clearly somebody probably went to Ohio State,
gotta be, right?
Indiana, or something. He's like, Michigan man, my ass. So let me tell you what it means today. They are down, and I am kicking them. Bo Schembechler, screw you, and you can't have Bill Frieder. All right, let's take a break. We're at CBD American Shaman. Blair Kirchhoff is with us. Buy one, get one free here at 11050 Quivira Road. 30% off at any of the participating CBD American Shamans. Just mention Sports Radio 810 WHB. If you're looking for better sleep, boost your immune system, more energy, come on in. You got questions, they got answers, and, of course, they got a great deal going on right now. Stocking stuffers galore at CBD American Shaman.
The program with Soren Petro.
You guys really suck. You guys really suck.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Listen, your neighborhood Hen House has been serving Kansas City for more than 100 years. That's right. They've been your trusted local grocer since 1923, and now they're 100% teammate owned. And right now, they've got you covered for the holidays. Listen, are you throwing a party? Then how about some of their great party trays, whether it's the sandwich trays, whether it's even the sushi trays. Listen, the Hen House sushi is one of the most underrated parts. They got a real sushi chef that makes all their sushi, and they can do a whole party tray of just sushi. They can do a seafood tray, they can do a sandwich tray, they can do anything. So if you're throwing a party, make sure you get to your delicatessen at Hen House, or just go online to henhouse.com and put your order in right now. It's so easy for the holidays. And if you want to enjoy more friends, more family, more football. You know, the 3 F's around the holidays. If you don't want to do the cooking, let Hen House do the cooking for you. You can spend more time with family and friends. You can spend more time watching the game. I don't know if you know this, but Kansas City's playing on Christmas Day. So you might not want to be cooking, right? Let Hen House do it all for you. Pre-order right now. All your holiday meals, all your holiday trays. When it comes to the meals, they got the protein. They got all their wonderful sides. They've got the desserts. They've got everything covered, whether it's just you and a special someone or if it's the whole family. Hen House can make the whole holiday meal for you. So enjoy the holidays however you want, whether it's buying their wonderful fresh produce, whether it's buying their wonderful premium holiday hams, their farm fresh produce, their bakery fresh pies, and doing it yourself, or if it's letting Hen House do all the cooking for you. Either way, just get to your neighborhood Hen House. Like I said, order online right now at henhouse.com. Hen House, serving your family and mine for more than 100 years.
Hey, AK, it's me, TK.
What's up, TK? It's me, AK, Andy from Andy's Frozen Custard. Travis, if you could tell people how to support your charity, what would you say?
Grab my 87 and running concrete at Andy's.
87 and Running is such a wonderful charity that we created a special treat just for the cause. It has the world's finest vanilla frozen custard, Oreos, cookie dough, caramel, and the best part, a portion of the proceeds from every one sold helps 87 and Running.
It's a cool way to support our vulnerable youth in Kansas City and beyond.
Don't settle for running at half speed. At CBD American Shaman, we have a passion for helping you feel your absolute best every single day. Our friendly wellness consultants are ready to educate you on the products that can support your mind, body, and spirit. You will feel welcome at any of our Kansas City and Midwest locations.
Little crosstown traffic for you there, Blair.
Little bit.
Which town was Jimmy talking about when he wrote this? Do you know? He's a little more your era.
He is my era, but I was never a big Hendrix guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Love his national anthem.
The national anthem's cool.
That's the greatest. That and Marvin Gaye at the NBA All-Star Game are my two favorite national anthems of all time. Whitney Houston's a pretty damn good one, too.
Long time ago, the Lakers played a preseason game at then Sprint Center. One of the first years Sprint Center was open, and the national anthem was a Jimi Hendrix-style national anthem.
Oh, really?
And Phil Jackson spent the entire post-game talking about how much he appreciated the national anthem.
Was it there or was it at Kemper?
Maybe it was Kemper. I know it was Kansas City.
Did they play the Wizards?
Yes.
Okay, so it was Kemper.
Okay.
Because my buddy Butch Beard, who was my NBA insider at Sports Fan Radio Network, the late Butch Beard, great guy.
Yeah, great
was an
player.
assistant coach for the Wizards. Clemens. The reason they played that game was Clemens, who had been on Phil Jackson's staff of the Lakers, had taken over the Wizards. And Butch was our NBA insider one year. He was out as an NBA head coach. And so he invited me down to the locker room. And I got to shake Shaq's hand.
How
and
cool
he introduced me to Shaq. Because he and Clemens and Shaq came over, hey, Bush. I was like, well, this is my buddy. I used to do radio with this guy right here. Oh, hey, man, how you doing? You know, and did the bro grip, and my hand was just lost. So, but me and Shaq were close.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Still are, I'm sure.
Blair, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you, buddy.
You too, my friend.
All right, over the weekend, the Chiefs led the Chargers at halftime 13-10. Before that, when was the last time the Chiefs held the lead at the half?
didn't invent the quarterback.
How are you doing?
But he did invent quarterback tears. Here's our NFL insider, Mike Sando of The Athletic, on the program.
Mike Sando is brought to you by Medicare Simplified KC. Annual enrollment made simple. Medicare doesn't have to be complicated. We're here to help. At Medicare Simplified KC, we understand that navigating Medicare during annual enrollment can feel overwhelming. Call Medicare Simplified KC at 816-701-6661 or visit us online at MedicareSimplifiedKC.com. Medicare Simplified KC, your guide to smarter coverage.
Yeah, I can't stress that enough. Kirk and his great team at Medicare Simplified KC, absolutely fantastic. They did an unbelievable job helping me help my mom. Listen, I was buried in it. No idea what I was doing. Kirk and his team came along and got everything squared away. In fact, we got my mom a new prescription plan for this year, thanks to my friends at Medicare Simplified KC, going to save her even more money. They're great. Let them help you out. Call 816-701-6661. Find them online at MedicareSimplifiedKC.com. We're live today at CBD American Shaman. Stocking stuffers. They got a lot of products that make a great stocking stuffer. If you've got someone on your list that's looking for more energy, better sleep, boost your immune system, how about they just want to kick back and relax? And CBD American Shaman has a number of products that can help you out. Come talk to their experts. Even sample some of the products, topicals to oils to water-based CBD. The products are crafted to help with everyday stresses and physical tension. Come on out and check it out right now where we're located here on the northwest corner of College and Quivira. That's 11050 Quivira. It's buy one, get one free at all the other participating CBD American Shaman. It's 30% off if you mention Sports Radio 810 WHB. Also giving away a prize pack that includes 4 tickets to the Mavericks and $150 worth of CBD American Shaman products. CBD night gummies, the Nano CB Go gummies, 250 milligram topical cream. You can check it out right now at CBD American Shaman. We're on the northwest corner of College and Quivira. Let's talk some football. Mike Sando, our NFL insider from The Athletic, is with us. Mike, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. The holidays are upon us. It's festive. Are you a big holiday guy? Do you like the Christmas holidays?
I do. Yeah, I think we had the tree and all that stuff up before Thanksgiving because we just enjoyed the coziness of it all.
Yeah, my wife said, look, once they shorten the days, like we're all down because it's dark so early. So having the Christmas tree with the lights up is a way to make us all happier and feel better. I agree.
Yeah,
can't get enough fast enough. Thanks to, and I'll throw some love to another one of our great sponsors, Easton Roofing. They do holiday lights. So this is the first year we had holiday lights. Had it ready to rock. When we turned the lights off on trick-or-treating, I turned on the Christmas lights on the house. That's how early. You know, those people that whine about, can we have Thanksgiving? Yes, we can. And we can do it with our Christmas lights on. So settle down.
No doubt. Yeah, agreed.
Well, good. I'm glad you're on my team. Yeah. All right. Does the Patrick Mahomes injury change how the Chiefs should approach this offseason at all?
Well, probably to some degree. I mean, they have to know if he's going to be missing some of the season, some of that sort of a thing. But I think this year they know they're going to get more time in the off season to evaluate things. I think that's valuable. It really is. I think it's going to suck these last few games, but I think it's not bad for them, you know. So I think they'll have a chance to take a breath here and figure out some things that need to change that we've all kind of been talking about. Some of those structurally on offense, maybe some other things. But yeah, are you thinking more in terms of like free agency and that sort of a thing, or what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking, like, my personal opinion is that they don't need to rebuild. When you have the quarterback, you're not rebuilding. And they have some really good, talented, young core pieces, and they've got some contracts that they flat out can't move. So it's not like you can just blow this thing up. You just can't. They're, like I said, contracts they can't move. But I do think it is time for what I would call a reset. And I think they need more draft picks. And I think the asset that they have that's the most valuable is Trent McDuffie. And I love Trent McDuffie. If they don't trade him and he finishes his career in a Chiefs uniform, that'll be great. But I think they need to, reset around Patrick Mahomes. And you do that by having a plethora of draft picks. And so I think it's going to be really important for them to, look in the mirror and go, okay, like, what do we want to do? Do we want to put together the best team we can for 26? Or do we want to take this as an opportunity going, we hope he's going to be back for week 1, but if he's not, why don't we go ahead and reset ourselves to be the best team we can be 27 to 32, years 2027 to 2032. And that's the path that I would take. And I also think that you need to admit that they basically brought back the entire team from last year except for their draft picks and like 2 players. Otherwise, it's all the same. And I think this group has gone as far as it can go. I think they needed fresh blood. I think there should have been more change. I think they should acknowledge that, and they should create more change because I think it's healthier for the football team.
Yeah. And really, my column on Monday coming out of all of this was looking at the dynasty teams. I have a list. I have 4 teams in the Super Bowl era that make my criteria for a dynasty, and that's the 70s Steelers, the 80s into the 90s 49ers, the Patriots, obviously, and the Chiefs. And in looking at those, what I was most curious on was like, what were the highest picks those teams ever used during their dynasty run, right? Like, were they just sitting back? Like the Steelers would just sit back and pick late. They never did anything. They never picked as high as 20th during their dynasty, okay? But then there were other teams, like especially the Patriots and those 49ers, who were very active. And the Patriots were trading players all the way through. They traded Drew Bledsoe to get picks. They traded a future first rounder, I believe, to get a top 10 pick. They were trading 4th rounder to get Randy Moss. They traded Richard Seymour at one point for a future first rounder that they used to take a tackle, Nate Sauter. So to me, that is probably, whether it's McDuffie or not, I agree with that. The 49ers, during their run, traded up like a total of 40 spots to get Jerry Rice. J.J. Stokes didn't work out as well, but Bryant Young. They traded up to pick 3 times in the top half almost of the round and got 2 Hall of Famers, right? So, those types of strategic moves, as opposed to, okay, Trent McDuffie, is the market for him $30 million a year, that's where you maybe have to decide that, what can we get?
Are you hearing that 27 is going to be a big jump in the salary cap? Like, I do think that's something that I keep hearing a lot of, and I think that's part of the equation is that they're expecting, to get some relief there. That's great, but when the salary cap goes up, like the price of players doesn't stay the same. The price of players goes up with it. And so, I think there's – and I think the Chiefs have done that in an effort to win 3 in a row. But they didn't win the 3 in a row. And what's puzzling, to me, is that they went out and gave the money to Nick Bolton and Trey Smith after the three-peat had ended. And they're great players. I love having them on the team. They're worth all their money. But, Trey Smith at guard, being the highest-paid guard, he's worth it for Carolina to be giving him that kind of money. A team that has a cheap young quarterback that they think is going to be something, and a good nucleus and lots of cap room that needs to bring in a championship caliber player to show them how to win. That's where that contract should have been given. It should not have been given by a team that has the number one quarterback who's already expensive, and you need to rework his deal. You've got an expensive defensive lineman. They paid two positions that are not premium positions, but they paid them premium dollars, and that to me is what's puzzling. If they'd done that going into the three-peat year, okay, I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to set history. But they had already lost that, and they still paid those. And I think they've got to start going, okay, we can't pay everybody, and that starts with Trent McDuffie. Let's turn that into picks like we did Tyreek Hill.
And I also believe, and this has been my analysis on some of these trades where they're trading a bunch of picks for cornerbacks. I think we talked about it with the Sauce Gardner deal. The position is hard. It's harder for that position to impact the game. Yes, you need coverage, but there's 5 eligible receivers now more than there used to be. There's not any corner in the league who's shutting down half the field. Correct?
Yes.
And it used to be easier to do that when base offense in the NFL was 2 running backs and a tight end who was more of a blocker and 2 wide receivers. Well, we got 2 real, true threats out there to catch, and if they're going to lock down one of them, we took away half the field. But that's not the case now when everyone's in, 3 wide receivers and the tight end now is detached from the formation half the time anyway, and he's a receiver. Your back isn't wearing huge Christian Okoye shoulder pads anymore. He's gone to 7-on-7 camp for the last 10 years. He can catch it too half the time, right? So,
yeah.
What's our corner going to do? You need them. You can't be. If you have a weak link there, they're going to find it. If you're terrible, but I think the value of the top corner is no longer there unless he's super dynamic, like multi-positional, and he's rushing the passer and he's just a game wrecker. I think that's different than just being a good corner now.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer, Eric Eager, our buddy, who's now the head of analytics for the Panthers, and used to come on with us every week, was always talking about defense is a zero weakness side of the ball, right? Like, you're better off to be good everywhere than to be great at 4 spots but have 2 holes, because offenses will find the hole. And I think what we've watched the last 2 weeks is the Chiefs have played really good defense the last 2 weeks, and they haven't had Trent McDuffie. And it's not that they wouldn't be better. They would have been even better, and maybe they win one or both of those games if he's there, but they played at a high level because they've been really deep at corner, and they don't have a bad corner that they put out there. There are guys that will get beat. All corners do. But, to me, they've even had it right, put right in front of their face. You can still play defense at a very high level without Trent McDuffie. That's what makes it, to me, easy to make the right decision.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. And look, no one wants to lose good players, and so you're not going to do it unless the value's right. But if it is, and that'll be interesting to see what the value is. What's the perception of him? He wasn't a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I heard Jeremy Fowler say that. He said, they're not mixed reviews. He said everybody agrees Trent McDuffie's, really good. He was on New Day, our morning show here, and he said, everyone agrees he's good. He said there are a handful of teams that think he is elite, that he is one of the top 2 or 3, and I think the hope is that one of those 2 teams goes, okay, we'll come get him. I don't think you're going to get the Sauce Gardner deal because whoever gets him is going to have to pay him. And the Sauce Gardner trade that the Colts got left a bunch of the cap hit and the real cash back with the Jets. They paid the big signing bonus, a bunch of cap hits. You're going to have to pay the whole cap hit and pay all the cash. And so he's not going to bring as much, but I don't think it matters. I think you've got to find the best deal, and you've got to move him for whatever it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right, what does Patrick Mahomes' injury do to your quarterback tiers? I know you wrote about that this week. Is he going to come out of that number 1 spot because of the injury? Is he going to get dropped down, or no? Is he earned enough that he'll stay up there? And what does his play this year do to it?
He's definitely going to stay in Tier 1. I mean, there's no question about that. Could there be, for the first time in a few years, 1 or 2 or 5 people that say, you know what, I wouldn't need to see it again? It's possible. But, I mean, no one's going to say that he sucks now, and I don't think even off of this year people were really necessarily going to downgrade him. I agree with what was written in the quarterback tiers before the year. He's kind of in that Brady spot, and it would take a lot to knock him out of there. And I think the injury this year, if he had played out the whole year and they missed the playoffs, it's almost worse than if you get hurt and you miss them, even though they're going to miss him anyway. Does that make sense? So, I don't think he's going anywhere to Tier 1, but it's possible that he gets a few Tier 2 votes.
What do you think personally? I mean, do you think that his play this year means that he's come back to the pack? Is it an indictment of the talent around him? Is it an indictment of the scheme? What's your conclusion now that at least his portion?
Yeah, I think it's some of those other things. I think some of the fear factor of facing Mahomes isn't maybe quite what it was after this season, but I think there's ebbs and flows in a career, and my only real concern for him is, it felt like his legs were making up for things in the offense more and more. So if they're going to keep asking him to do that, and he's had this injury, that concerns me. And I wonder if they think at all that this injury is a little bit of an overuse injury from the guy just running more. It just feels like he's been, especially last year, the value of him scrambling was disproportionate in their offense, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, especially when you have the second most expensive offensive line in football.
Yeah, so that, and I don't know that it's because the line was, it's a combination of all of those things. I think we both agree that they have to create a more credible run threat, not by running the ball every down. That would be stupid.
Right.
But there's ways to create conflict for the defense that they're not as good at as some other teams are. And so Mahomes has been able to bail him out of that till he's not. And now him coming off of an injury, don't you need him to, get him some help?
Yes, wholeheartedly. I absolutely believe they need to do that. And, I think they will. I mean, they've always done a really good job from like when they got beat by the Bucs, and there's the famous story of Brett Veach meeting Mahomes on the field before he could even get off the field and saying, "We will get this fixed." And then that's when they went out and got Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith and signed Joe Thuney, and they really worked on getting the offense better. I think they traded for oh God, I've already forgot his name. The big Ravens tackle that's with the Bengals now, Orlando Brown Jr.
Yeah.
So I think that they will look at it. I think there will definitely be additions made at the running back position for this team.
Oh yeah, I think it's really got to refocus them on we got to scratch some of these itches, right? We got to fill some of these needs in a way that's different.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're talking with Mike Sando, our NFL insider from The Athletic. Let's talk about some of the other teams out there in the NFL. The Ravens and Steelers, somebody's going to win that division. Somebody's going to go to the playoffs. Does anybody think either one of them are going to go anywhere when they get to the playoffs?
I don't think so. I think just the state of the AFC is, it wouldn't shock you if one of them won a game. I mean, I think the Steelers could win a playoff game with Aaron Rodgers, possibly depending on who they're facing. But no, I don't see it. I just don't see the consistency, and something just feels off with the Ravens to me. And obviously with Lamar Jackson, he's not the same as he's been.
No, and like, he does look like he's still. And I was waiting for the Ravens. I still think the Ravens are going to get there because I think their schedule is much easier. The Steelers have a tough schedule, so I think the Ravens are going to run them down again and get in front of them. But yeah, no, I kept waiting for them to take off, but it does not look like they're going to be special. And I think it starts with Lamar Jackson, but I don't know. They there is an element of, the Bills and Ravens and Bengals, they're all kind of. Are they all tired from chasing the Chiefs? Like, is it all fresh blood, or are we going to look up and it's going to be Lamar Jackson against Josh Allen in the AFC Championship game?
I don't think so. I mean, it could be Josh Allen, though. I mean, I think the Bills are flawed, but everybody else is, and they have Josh Allen. So I do think that Josh Allen has at least played at a level where you could see you could see them, winning a couple games and being in the championship game, couldn't you?
Yes. In fact, I think it's going to be hard for me to probably not have the Bills in the Super Bowl when we get there. Everyone's talking about how wide open the playoffs are, and I think that's true. But like, I don't think Trevor Lawrence. You put Josh Allen against Trevor Lawrence, I'm going to pick Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen against Drake May, I'm going to take Josh Allen again. But I think the Patriots are the one team that's proven that they are fact. They're real. Like, you're going to have to beat them. It's not going to be like those Mike Vrabel's Titans teams that got there, with a lesser quarterback. Drake May can get out there and sling it with you, so they're real. But I mean, I don't know who you're going to line up opposite Josh Allen that I'm going to go, you know what, bad weather, or at least late in the year if it would end up being in a dome, I'll take them. I'm not taking C.J. Stroud against him. I mean, so I think I'm going to by default take Josh Allen all the way to the Super Bowl.
I think that's fine, but I do believe like the Texans' defense could be really tough for people. I think the Texans are. I think a couple of weeks ago I was asked for my teams in the AFC, and I was kind of thinking I sort of like New England a little bit as a team that hasn't reached its peak yet and could maybe still be ascending by the end of the year. And then I had Buffalo, just as you talked about, Josh Allen factor. Then Houston was kind of my team no one really wants to play because of how good their defense is. And I don't think their offense is great shakes, but at least I think C.J. Stroud has played well before, and you see some flashes. So I think Houston is not somebody that people are wanting to play. And they've won a playoff game each of the last 2 years, right?
Yeah. No, they listen. DeMeco Ryans, like when they started slow, I'm like, okay, the real Texans have showed up, right? Like C.J. Stroud, not that good, and they're going to go back. They're going to regress back, and then they got it together, and they've been ripping it off. Like he can coach, Stroud can play. I don't know where how bullish I am on him, big picture, but Like they're legit. I mean, this is a great statement about DeMeco Ryans this year. You know, I mean, to me, that's the story of the Texans is his ability because he faced adversity. This isn't the story of the team playing the last place schedule that got into the playoffs. It isn't even the last year. This is they faced real adversity and they roared to life. Like that's a great sign for him.
It is. I mean, I got to ask you though, is it DeMeco Ryans or I would say DeMeco Ryans?
Oh, I don't know. Listen.
I mean, I think we got to give the guy his proper pronunciation if he's such a great coach.
I would agree. Are you right? Is it DeMeco?
Well, he played in the league all those years. Yeah. I mean, you're the guy who's on the radio and has to pronounce the names. I just have to spell them, you know.
Well, I usually end up listening to somebody else say the name, and then I just imitate them. Because
I thought maybe I was wrong, and you guys were tight buddies, you know, and I thought, okay, I'm learning something here as usual on the show. But I agree. I think he's done a great job. And their organization's kind of interesting, you know, for how all over the place they were and just laughed at all the time. And Nick Caserio's come in as a GM and done some kind of weird things. That they've always been the team that, like, signs different contracts that screw up the rookie signings, and then they trade Laramie Tunsil, right? How many teams besides the Texans twice, you know, really, they've traded 2 starting left tackles. I guess Trent Williams was traded 2 in a little bit of a different situation. But just interesting to me how they've kind of gone about it to get where they're at. It's so defensive driven.
Well, I do agree with that. And, I think the Laramie Tunsil trade was because they're looking at they've got to pay C.J. Stroud. They've got to pay Anderson. They've got to pay – like they have a bunch of contracts that are all coming up at the same time. Nico Collins. Like if you want to keep that group together, you had to start clearing room. And I think that was actually them looking over the horizon. I had some people in the league tell me like that everyone was looking at that going, you know, they're going to have a problem. And it seems like they recognized it this past off season. Maybe they didn't react the best, but I think that was part of what they were looking at when they made that move. And as far as so we'll see if they can keep that. You know, if C.J. Stroud's the real deal, you figure all the rest of it around it, and you'll come out the other side. Having the pass rusher and having the quarterback is a great place to start. But they will be hunting tackles.
I'm not sure what they're going to be. We're seeing now, Tua being benched and all of these guys who did these deals. I guess Trevor Lawrence may be on a little bit of an upswing, but Kyler Murray, a lot of these guys that are kind of sort of tier 3-ish quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud has the advantage that he had that one, really good rookie season, but Trevor Lawrence had one good season. Kyler Murray maybe had one good season. How high do you want to go for Stroud? Just to say you've got your defensive pass rusher and your quarterback, and would you wait, on that? Which I might.
Oh, we talked about it last week. I mean, about how he fits with the culture of the organization and everything. But yeah, I'm with you.
Right. You did, yeah.
Yeah, he's a candidate for he's a candidate to trade. Is what you don't walk on him because he has tremendous value. But if you're like, you know what, we can get 90% of him for 30% of the cost, then you trade him. And I think at some point sharp GMs are gonna do that with some of these quarterbacks that like where would the Jags be if they traded Trevor Lawrence and then had drafted Jaden Daniels? They'd be in a better spot.
I was thinking of this with Chris Greer being fired during the middle of the season. Largely probably because he did that deal with Tua. But as a GM, oftentimes, if you're going to use that top 5 pick on the quarterback, then you're almost like under some pressure to validate the choice by paying him, right? Hey, yeah, I told you, ownership, this guy's top 5 quarterback, if we can win with him, well, let's pay him then if he is. Because if we're not going to pay him, then we're admitting we picked the wrong guy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think that happens in a weird way.
Yeah, you mentioned Tua. How's this play out in Miami with Tua, with McDaniel? Who's there next year?
When Greer was fired, my assumption was that Tua would come back with McDaniel, and they would have, a year to sort of basically, kind of get further down the road in terms of getting Tua off their books. But they like Mike McDaniel, and I think he's stabilized a little bit, and they feel like with Tua, Mike McDaniel is, the guy to unlock him. Now, by benching Tua, that indicates that, okay, they've sort of had it with him, and I believe that they will probably give Mike McDonald, maybe he gets a chance to try it with a different quarterback. I don't feel like they're firing Mike McDonald. necessarily. I suppose it could still happen, but from what I've heard, they do like him there, and so maybe they run it back next year with him, and they've got an interim GM and assess in a year. That's kind of what I thought they would do.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is there a known couple of quarterbacks that are going to be out on the market that people will be clamoring for?
I don't. It's a great question. I mean, off the top of my head, I don't have that list, but I don't think so. I mean,
yeah, I don't think, because I feel like I'm with you. I haven't researched that list. Sorry, I interrupted you. I apologize. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I think Daniel Jones is up, but he's injured and going to stay with the Colts, right? I mean, could a Geno Smith be cut? Do you want to do that? I don't think coveted's the word for that. Kyler's going to be available, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. There'll be some quarterbacks out there. I just don't know if it's like, okay, here's our plan. We're gonna go with this. Should we be worried that Joe Burrow is going to go Andrew Luck and retire?
I don't think so. I think he'd have to be really beat up for that to happen. I think he's a competitor, and I think someone put it to me in a great way. I don't think he's going to go, bird watching like Andrew Luck would want to do. Joe Burrow's a little bit more defined by football, I think. So I think he's frustrated, but he's been to a Super Bowl with the Bengals, and he's been paid really well. So those are a couple things that Carson Palmer didn't have. I don't necessarily think it's going to go down that path, certainly towards retirement. Now, what weight he throws around in the organization, that's kind of up to him and what his opinions are. But I would imagine he was happy when they re-signed their receivers and, everything. So, what's he going to push for next?
Well, and then that's the thing is, Carson Palmer said he was going to retire. He was saying that to force a trade. Is that the antics that are going on?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so with the money that he's making. I think it would have to get worse. So I've been all over this with the timelines, drawing them similar to Carson Palmer and, that sort of a thing. But I think I would need to see a little more from Joe Burrow to think he's going to go the retirement threat route.
Okay. Last subject, and that is, everyone can settle down with the Indiana Bears, right? They floated the idea that they need to look around and explore all options, including Northwest Indiana. And if people aren't familiar with the geography, it's not Terre Haute. What the hell is it? There's a town that's basically a suburb of. There's a little part of Indiana that touches the Great Lakes, and there's a town that's basically a suburb of Chicago. It's a distant suburb, but it's in the you watch Chicago TV. Is my point. Your television channel, your NBC is the Chicago. It's the Chicago weather you're getting right there. It's is this just? How come this team can't find a place to build their damn stadium?
Well, especially when they hired a team president who that was his mission. Hey, this guy's going to get the stadium built. And, by the way, your team's winning. So usually it's hard. This is the Chicago Bears. Maybe they're finding out what Illinois politics is all about, and they don't have the right connections to get it done. Because I think it's a little bit embarrassing, really, especially with the team doing so well this year. It's the Chicago Bears.
Is it the president or is it the ownership? A president can line everything up, and then if the owners screw it up, he can't force them to.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about the owners putting the limits on anything. I thought it was bringing Kevin Warren, and hey, that's going to be his thing, and he's going to get the stadium done, and it would really help if they would be a winning product on the field. Which
don't the Bears
they are right now?
Yeah, don't they have enough local revenue that they can go Jerry Jones and pay for the whole damn thing if they need to?
Well, they're saying they don't want any taxpayer money. They're saying they only want infrastructure commitment, which mean the local roads and those sorts of things that go onto it. But they're not asking for. They're saying we don't want to have any taxpayer money for the funding of the stadium.
So then, how could this not be done?
It's a great question.
Yeah, the Warriors done. The Cowboys, done. The 49ers, done. Everybody who's flipped the bill for their building, it was seamless.
Yeah. It's a good one. I'm going to look into it a little more. I think it's odd.
I always love giving you your writing assignments, Mike, or at least your research assignments.
Great. Well, I appreciate it. You haven't given me one. This one was on the list, but I think the fact that you're interested in it bolsters it even more. I love it. That's one of the things I love about having these conversations. either someone suggests something or you think of things that you wouldn't have thought of before.
Yeah, well, this one's pretty top of mind. I mean, my report today was that on Monday, barring a last-minute problem, there's going to be the Chiefs moving to Kansas. So, I mean, we're looking at this, as something that's going on, which is going to be amazing to me because the Chiefs will have had a vote and then come up with a new plan if they announce that they're ready to go, which I've been told someone's going to have to screw it up for it to not happen, which can happen. It's politics, and it's a multi-billion-dollar project. But, if that's the case, the Chiefs will have had a vote, put together a new plan, and figured out where they're going, all in the time that the Bears have been jerking around with their stadium. And the Bears got started like 2 or 3 years before the Chiefs even got started. The Chiefs will have gotten it all done, even with a failed vote in there.
Yeah, it's not good. So the Bears are winning on the field and losing off of it. I thought it was the other way around before.
Yeah. It's not supposed to work that way. Yeah. All right, let's get to our Final Four with Mike Sando. He's our NFL insider, does a fantastic job. You can read his great work at The Athletic. Let's start with this. The number one pick will belong to who this year?
Let's go Raiders.
Yeah, it's trending that way. God, that is ugly, what's going on right there. All right, your favorite Christmas carol is what?
Oh, that's a good one. Sorry, usually send these to me. Okay.
I know I didn't. I was
That's
swamped
okay.
today.
Let's go with Silent Night.
Silent Night. Okay, that's a good one. I like it. Give me whether or not you have a real or fake Christmas tree.
It's a fake one. Yeah, we've done the fake ones. We've had a couple of them over the years, but it's great. Out of the garage, put that thing up. No problem.
Fake, only fake. I am team fake.
I kind of want a fake front yard almost. Because I was out walking the dog the other day. I was like, God, that guy's got a fake front lawn. But it looked real. I was like, God, that's pretty good.
Impressive. Wow. I would think with all the rain you guys get, the lawns are easy up there, huh?
Oh, the lawns are pretty. It is pretty easy. I like having it, but I just thought, that guy.
Okay.
It's green all the time. It looked really good. So I'm not going to ever do it, but just saw that.
I know every free waking moment has been for you this week has been thinking about how that Chiefs-Titans game is going to go. So tell me, what's your prediction? Got a score? How do you feel the game happens?
You mean they're still going to play the game?
Allegedly.
Oh my gosh! I'm looking at the over/under is 37.5. That's the lowest over/under in the league this week, isn't it? Yes, tied with Vegas-Houston. Wow.
In an inept offense against the number one defense, and you have the same point total.
You know what? The Titans are going to win this game at home.
Okay.
They're going to win. The shocked without Patrick Mahomes Chiefs. Titans are going to win this game 20-17. It comes in just under.
All right, there it is. He has spoken. Mike Sando, our NFL insider. Great stuff, buddy. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you. We'll talk to you down the road.
Hey, thanks. I'll see you.
The program with Soren Petro.
Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. You deserve the booze they give you.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Do you love you some hoops? Who doesn't love the hoops? Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back. And however you like to get in on the action, you can do it on Underdog. Right now in Missouri, this season you can make team picks and player picks. Look, just download the app, sign up, and you'll get $75 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Using Underdog is super easy. Just pick whether your favorite team will win or if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. It is the best. It gives you a little more action, a little more fun, a little more excitement with all the games. Plus, with Underdog's quick payouts, you can get your profits fast. So download the app today. Use the promo code Soren. That's right, my first name, Soren. That's going to score you $75 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Download the app today. Use promo code Soren. Soren, and score $75 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Player picks, team picks, it's all on Underdog.
Crypto.com predictions powered by Underdog Predict. Trading derivatives involves risk and may not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit nadex.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For Crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to a product traded on CDNA. Must be 18 plus in prison in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_HTML for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hello there, Kansas City. Stephen St. John here, live in Liberty at Love Letters on Sports Radio 810 WHB, 1919 Industrial Drive, just west of 35 and north of 152. For more information, check out shoploveletters.com. You can come out here. I'm going to be here until 7 o'clock. Grab a beer from the Touring Taps beer truck. There's whiskey sampling, and the Shop Cigar Lounge is here as well. Now's the night. Tonight's the night to finish your Christmas shopping for all the ladies in your life. All right? Love Letters is awesome. It's one of my wife's favorite stores. My daughters love it too. Come out here and finish your shopping. Everything in the store is on.
Finishing strong here in the fourth quarter of the program as we are live at CBD American Shaman. Great chance to come in and stock up. You can take advantage of 30% off at any of the participating CBD American Shamans. Just mentioned Sports Radio 810 WHB. Buy one, get one free here at this location on anything in the store. If you're looking to get better sleep, boost your immune system. How about more energy? How about one of their topical creams for pain? That is a very popular product as well. Come on in. You've got questions. They've got answers. Also registering folks to win a $150 gift package, including the CBD Night Gummies, the Nano CB Go Gummies. I got thumbs up. Everyone's like, oh, look, he's all grown up. 250 milligram topical cream, plus we're throwing in 4 Maverick tickets. It's right here at CBD American Shaman. Basically, we're on the northwest corner of College and Quivira. Our thanks to Mike Sando, our NFL insider, joining us in our last segment. Time now to give you the things you need to know. Let's start with the Kansas City Chiefs. At the podium today, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator. I asked him if he thinks some of the young guys that maybe are already playing, will they play more? Will some of the guys that aren't playing, will we get more opportunities for the young guys?
We'll see. I mean, listen, during the game, last week we dealt with some injuries, and we're dealing with some other ones this week, so we'll see what that takes us. But, the one thing is that our unit, the guy, listen, we want to finish strong here. We take one game at a time and play really well in this game. So we're going to put guys out there to do that. But will some young guys get in there and play? Probably, yeah.
All right, so will some young guys get in there and get a chance to do it? Yeah, probably. Right? So, okay, how about this? Let's go forward to what everybody always talks about. Oh, I just think they should lose and get a better draft pick. Right? Everybody says it. Everyone throws it around. I always talk about that's not how coaches are wired. But you say it, so I ask it. Steve Spagnuolo, I appreciate not going, this is stupid. He could have, and I would have been ready for him to say it because nobody asks these questions. But I hear the fans talking about it all the time. Let's get a better draft pick. Don't care about these games. I asked Steve Spagnuolo about the draft position, and he said these guys are going to compete no matter what.
A lot of fans will be like, oh, just lose, improve your draft position.
Yeah.
Doesn't work in that?
No, I don't think we were. Our guys aren't built that way. I mean, I don't think there's a coach or a player that's built like that. I always say this, like, if we had a basketball court right out here and you took any 6 of the guys in that locker room and said, go play 3-on-3, they would be knocking each other over to win the game, right? Even if there was $1 on the line. That's just how they're built. So I don't think that'll change in the game.
So, no, it's not how they're built, right? Like, and it's why I've always said, like, if you're going to tank, and I'm all for team tank, tanking is not done by coaches. Tanking is done by general managers and owners. You strip the team of talent. Coaches and players have to go out, give everything they can, do everything they can to try to win. It's the only way to do it. If you're going to tank, you simply gather resources. You move talent of today for draft picks in the future, for cap in the future. That's how you tank. You don't go out and tell your guys, yeah, take a knee. It doesn't work that way. Steve Spagnuolo, I appreciate him understanding the spirit of the question and then giving me a legit answer on that one. Matt Nagy, offensive coordinator for your Kansas City Chiefs, speaking today. Matt Nagy says these last few games may be a chance to try some new stuff.
Naturally, there's some of that with some injuries that go on, so you are forced to somewhat do that with some guys. And then, yeah, maybe to your credit, to your question, there is a little bit of that. You don't want to be in this spot. It's not a fun spot, but it is reminding all of us in the building how hard it is to get to what we have done, and that you can't take it for granted. It's hard. It's hard. So when we get to training camp, you get to the season, this is a feeling you got to remember. And so for some of the younger guys that are on this team that maybe haven't played as much, maybe they get some more time, and maybe, again, there's a silver lining for somebody somewhere, and that's how you have to approach it.
I do want to see, listen, some of the fun plays we've talked about, we haven't seen any of the Andy Reid fun plays. And I wonder how much of that is because they haven't been able to get the offense in sync. Like, we don't have time to practice some kind of hungry pig right because we haven't figured out the base offense yet, right? Like, that's still part of what we're trying to accomplish. And so when you go out and, go to practice, like, we don't have time to fit that stuff in. Maybe you have a little more time now, right? Maybe you can do something fun to lighten things up, run some reverses, no offense to the Tennessee Titans, but you got kind of a crappy opponent. If you could get away with, having a little fun, wouldn't it be at the Tennessee Titans' expense? And by the way, if you're Matt Nagy, don't you want to go down there and have a pretty good showing? Since a lot of people have with Bergonzi down there as the general manager coming from the Chiefs. A lot of people think Matt Nagy could be a natural fit there. I was on in Nashville today with Chase McCabe, and they're mentioning his name prominently as one of the candidates. And I think they're doing it because of the connection to the general manager. But if you're Matt Nagy, wouldn't you love to go down there and put on a show? If you're wanting to be a head coach and Andy Reid's not going to step away and you're not going to get to take over this team with Patrick Mahomes, don't you want to be putting on a good show? Or I don't know, am I wrong, Kyle? Are the Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward, does Cam Ward scare you too much that he's walking right into another Mitchell Trubisky?
No, Cam Ward is not the part that scares me. It's the rest of the roster. I mean, outside of Jeffrey Simmons along that defensive line, there's not much to be excited about in Tennessee.
Yeah. And ownership. I don't know that's the ownership. I'll also say this. I think, do you think Matt Nagy, I think Steve Spagnuolo is at a point in his career because, one, he's a defensive coach, and I think most teams want offensive coaches. But I think he's at a point in his career that if a job's offered and he wants to be a head coach, it doesn't matter if it's a good job or not, he's got to take it.
Yeah, I would imagine he's there.
Okay, is Matt Nagy there too as well, though?
Yeah, I would say so. And coming off of the Super Bowl rings in Kansas City, and the fact that he took Mitchell Trubisky to a playoff game and won one. I would say he's got one of the better resumes out there. Now, he will have some explaining to do for the Chiefs' offense, kind of slowing down the last couple of years. But I think he's got the resume.
Yeah, for sure. All right, one more. This is Chris Jones talking about Patrick Mahomes being out. Says not having Mahomes around this week has been a little odd.
It's very weird. Pat usually the first one in the building, usually the last one out. We usually see each other when we're walking out, so it's been very weird. I hope my brother is doing okay. He's in good spirits. It's very unfortunate with the ACL, man. It's always tough injuries. It's a part of the game, but we're praying for him.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear it. You can hear the emotion there in Chris Jones' voice. One other thing I'll reiterate. I said it with Mike Sando. If you're just getting into your car and catching it, there is a meeting plan with the LCC for Monday. I would not say that the Chiefs deal is done, but I would say it's progressing towards that. There is a plan to have a vote on Monday. The Chiefs vote will be part of this equation. The Royals will not. This would be a vote to move forward with the Star Bonds for the Chiefs. It would essentially mean the Chiefs are moving to Kansas. That is scheduled to happen on Monday. The way it was related to me is somebody would really have to screw something up. Somebody towards the top would really have to screw something up for this to not get done. But I'll reiterate, it is not signed, sealed, and delivered. There are still, I can only imagine how many things there are that have to get ironed out. They are still working on some of the fine details, but it looks like in general, in bulk, the framework is there for the Chiefs to be moving to Kansas. The Royals are not ready to make a decision. What I have been told is that there are still 3 viable options, and they're still working through all 3 of those options right there by Crown Center in North Kansas City and in Kansas, although the Sprint campus location is meeting some resistance, to say the least. Let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap things up with a kicker.
The program with Soren Petro.
Thank God there's only one of these a day.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Listen up. Wouldn't you like to be alerted if someone's pulling into your driveway? I know I want to. I know I am, right? I just got an alert a little bit ago. Right there, it said, intruder. That's the little line it says. Driveway, automobile. I take a look. I'm like, oh, who's pulling in the driveway? What's going on? Good news is it's just the in-laws dropping off a sweet treat. I texted them, found out. But I knew right away. If it wasn't my in-laws, if it was somebody I didn't want there, I would know right away. That's right. Every time someone walks up or drives up into my house, around my house, front or back, we know about it. Because Applause Custom Sight and Sound did our surveillance, did our security. It's just that peace of mind that you like to have. Oh, yeah, they're absolutely the best when it comes to smart home technology, in-home theaters, rocket-fast Wi-Fi, networked all over your home, even outside your home. You can integrate everything. If you got a big pool and you got lighting and everything like that, you can use it all. Control it all right there from your smartphone. See your security right there on your smartphone. But you got to call Applause Custom Sight and Sound at 913-498-1183 or look them up on the web at applausetheater.com. Smart home technology, security, surveillance for your office as well. Yeah, they do that. More and more of the smart home technology, Applause is doing the jobs in the offices. Look, they've been in business for more than 20 years. You're doing something right. In this industry, most businesses don't even last a couple of years, and Applause is 2+ decades. They've been in my home for 20 years. I know the great work that they do. Great customer service, great craftsmanship. So whether you're building new, renovating, or your house or office is already done, it doesn't matter. They can wire everything without tearing everything apart. Sure, it's easier if the walls are already open, but even if they're done, it's no problem. Applause Custom Sight and Sound can do for you what they've done for me twice, in my old house and in my new house. So don't wait. Call today. Call 913-498-1183. Find them on the web at applausetheater.com.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us, and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Missouri, your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is live. Now you can make every game even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more. All from your phone, all safe, secure, and easy to use. Missouri fans know game day, the tailgates, the noise, the passion. Now, with DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bring that same energy to every snap, every touchdown, every win. And right now, new Missouri customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 810WHB. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 810WHB. The crown is yours in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draft.
But first, our end of the hour answer. Over the weekend, the Chiefs led the Chargers at halftime 13-10. Before that, when was the last time the Chiefs held the lead at the half?
Oh, my goodness. The Raider game?
Yeah, the Raider game, 21-zip at half, week 7.
Yeah, wow. Holy cow. There's a Heisman voter that is fired back at Diego Pavia, and I will tell you it's not me. Diego Pavia, if people don't know, said something to the effect of this has been a 19-year-old Johnny Manziel. Basically he would have gotten the vote, right? Pavia was not happy. He said, F all the voters, is what he put out there on social media. And a voter took to social media back, and he says he's a columnist for the Tuscaloosa News. And he said, to put this out on there is no less classless, but after 6 years in college, you'd think Pavia would have signed up for at least one course in humility by now. I mean, I get being frustrated, and I think Diego Pavia is a great story, transferring from New Mexico to Vanderbilt, being a 5'10 quarterback, and getting there. And I will tell you, I voted for Pavia. He was number one on my list. I had him flip-flopped from the way the award went down. I think he was just really, Vanderbilt's a lot better team than people may realize, but he carried a lot more of it on his back than people realize. But, man, I know you're disappointed. I know you're frustrated, but lose with some class, for crying out loud. Come on. You really, it's a sour way to end a great career. Finishing second in the Heisman Trophy. Like, if they announce you as a coach, they announce Colin Klein as a Heisman finalist. That was part of what was put next to him. You're still going to have a lot of positives. It's too bad you're not in the club, but don't be a clown. Listen, great deals at CBD American Shaman. Get to them. Take advantage of it. All kinds of great stocking stuffers at CBD American Shaman.